Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
It is Will Warren's time to shine. The rookie righty toes the slab in the boogie down this afternoon. And a solid start would go a long way for the Yankees. We will break down what he can expect from this matchup as the New York Yankees face off against the San Francisco Giants on a Saturday afternoon at Yankee Stadium. Last night's weather was no fun. This afternoon looks a little more dry, but it is still going to be cold. The feels like a temperature just 28 degrees. Some good news, though, that the Yankees said the gates did open on time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. I'm Nancy Newman. The latest chapter of this Yankees-Giants classic rivalry continues with Game 2 of this 3-game set at the stadium. For the home team, the objective is clear: wash away yesterday's rain-shortened game and get some length out of the starting pitcher. That's because it was a short stay on the mound for Marcus Stroman on Friday night. He needed 46 pitches to record 2 outs after the first 6 Giants reached safely and 5 came around to score. After the game, catcher Austin Wells was asked what he saw from his pitcher.
Didn't look very comfortable from the start, so I mean, just didn't get ahead, and they had some good swings on some pitches, so not a good recipe there.
Aaron had said that his knee was maybe bothering him a little bit. Did you notice anything off mechanically or him doing anything different on the mound?
I did not, no.
Austin, Boone said this is the worst conditions he'd ever seen played. Where does it rank on your list, your career?
It's up there. Yeah, it's up there. I think last year we played the Angels and maybe some more rain, but it was a little warmer. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you feel like it was getting dangerous there in the 6th inning?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of playing, so.
I mean, like the pitches up and in, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's not fun. Definitely not something you want to see. And the velo not being down too, it's not something you want to see. So, yeah, wasn't ideal.
Even with Stroman's short outing, the Yankees bullpen was not overly taxed thanks to a solid relief appearance by Ryan Yarbrough. The lefty stranded 2 in the first inning with a strikeout, then allowed just 2 of the next 9 hitters to reach base. In 2 2/3 innings of scoreless ball, he surrendered 1 hit, walked 1, struck out 3. Thanks to Yarbrough, the Yankees should have their high-leverage arms ready to go this afternoon. Despite not signing with the Yankees until very late in spring training, Yarbrough is settling in nicely. Over his last 3 outings, he has a 1.42 ERA in 6 1/3 innings. He's piled up 11 strikeouts against just 2 walks. After yesterday's game, he talked about succeeding despite the less than ideal weather.
Less than ideal. You know, I can only speak to kind of when I was out there, and it kind of seemed like it got a little worse after I came out of the game, but just trying to keep your footing, and when they kind of kept turfacing the mound and trying to keep it as nice as possible, it was manageable, but I can only imagine as it kind of got worse and a little muddier, it was a little bit more difficult.
Feel like it was getting dangerous towards the end of your outing?
It was, I mean, I felt pretty comfortable with mine, but like I said, I was a little early on and it looked like it got a little worse, so that's all I can kind of say about that.
So between the rain and the wind and the cold, the most difficult part was just getting a grip on the ground? Is that the...
Yeah, you know, I think it's just a matter of whenever you're called, just a matter of coming in and get outs and kind of figure it out that way. So, you know, you just try to make the best of the situation. And, you know, we played in a lot of rainy and crummy games on the road trip, so we've kind of been used to it the last couple of days. So just go in there and handle your business.
Ryan, as the game's going, are you guys talking about player safety in the dugout? Are you guys saying, like, hey, it's kind of bad out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was down in the tunnel, so I mean, we were just kind of. Personally, I was just going over game plans and kind of just getting ready for the next half inning. But you know, you definitely kind of see as I got done with the game and was down here, you could kind of see how certain camera angles, it definitely looked like it was pouring pretty hard. So, but I mean, I was just kind of handling my business down underneath. So I'm sure guys were definitely kind of talking about it at some point.
You're probably never expecting to come in the first inning like that. What's it like from your perspective when Marcus is struggling there?
You know, it's just you got to be ready. So I think, especially as a longer guy, he's got to be ready early in the game, and especially when it kind of gets like more like higher pitch count, especially in that first. When you get too close to that 20s, you kind of just start getting an idea if someone might get up just to kind of like get moving around, and that was me. And at that point, you just kind of get ready to go in.
So let's turn the page to today's game. Even despite some early deficits over the last handful of games, the Yankees are still tied with the Detroit Tigers for the best run differential in the American League. The Giants, meanwhile, are off to their best start since 2003. And here is their starting lineup. Mike Yastrzemski leads off. He's reached base 2 times on Friday, and he ranks in the top 8 in the National League in on-base percentage and slugging percentage. And he's also 5th in batting average. Matt Chapman cleans up. In the series opener, he worked 3 of the Giants' 11 walks. And for your New York Yankees, Ben Rice flips to the leadoff spot with a righty on the mound, and Aaron Judge hits second. He's batting .400 with 5 home runs and 15 RBIs at home this season. Meanwhile, Jason Dominguez and Oswaldo Cabrera are in the lineup after having yesterday off, while it will be Austin Wells behind the plate again. Wells came so close to a home run last night, and he did not get any help from Mother Nature. This is the second inning. He rocketed the fly ball to right. It ultimately hit off the top of the wall, bounced back into play for the RBI double. His first extra base hit since April the 6th. It just barely stayed in the park. StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, shows us just how much of a factor the wind played. It knocked it down 21 feet. The ball left Wells's bat at a 106-mile-per-hour clip and at a 32-degree launch angle. On average, hits like that travel 408 feet. Even still, Wells has been very good at home this season. His batting average in the Bronx is more than 100 points higher than it is on the road. He has 4 extra base hits, 4 runs batted in across his first 6 games at the stadium, and that sends his OPS north of 1,000. So much more still to come on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Up next, we will look at today's pitching matchup. It's start number 3 for Will Warren. We'll do a deep dive on the young righty. Stay with us on Yes on the Gotham Sports app.
Yankees batting practice today is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
We're back here. Lombard Jr., as well as minor league staff members on the latest episodes of Conversations, a homegrown podcast. They are streaming now on the Gotham Sports app. It is so good to have you back with us here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Max Fried has been excellent so far, but the Yankees certainly could use a big outing from one of their other starting pitchers. Today, Will Warren gets the chance to step up. In our quote of the day, courtesy of Toyota, Skipper Boone talked about what he's expecting from the young righty.
Yeah, we want him to go out and pitch well. So, yeah, I mean, over the long haul, we got to start getting more innings, obviously, there. And, hopefully he can go out and get us off on a good note today.
What are the challenges in kind of managing your pitching staff, bullpen, when you're in a stretch like this where you don't really have an off day for a while?
Yeah, always challenging this time of year with that, especially as you're trying to get everyone built up and regular work and everything like that. So, one of the challenges you face at different times of the year. So, this tough stretch for us right now.
And have you decided what day you're slotting Clark in?
No, we are still kind of working through that here over the next 24 hours.
Peter. Aaron, just kind of that point, just what kind of boost will Clark give you having him back?
Well, I mean, excited to get him back, obviously. He's turned into a really good pitcher in the league. So, feel like he's in a really good spot too. I mean, his setbacks in spring training were pretty minor by nature. So, the biggest challenge for him has just been getting him built up. So excited to get him back and know what he can mean to our staff.
Dan.
Aaron, what have you seen from Jason Dominguez lately? He's over 13, obviously struggled from the right side a little bit.
Yeah, I felt like this spring his right-handed swing and move was, in my eyes, improved and should be hopefully moving forward. I feel like he's been not making some of his best moves right-handed through the last couple of games. Part of that is you're facing Scooble, you're facing, some tough customers. So again, just small couple of games. Reality is he can really hit, and that's my expectation for him.
Bob?
Aaron, I know you talked about the way Stroman pitched last night, but thinking about it today, look, some pitchers handle conditions like last night better than others. Do you think maybe the weather affected him? He just wasn't comfortable?
I don't know. Tough to say. I mean, look, we haven't been in ideal conditions most of the start of the season here. So, and that affects everyone a little bit different. But, Stroh's also been doing this a long time and pitched in these situations a lot before. So, I'm sure that all plays a role. Even we saw on the other side, even though we only got one run last night, it was a grind for Robbie Ray, it's just one of those rare games where, it's a challenge. And, we saw that on the pitching front last night.
Here's the starting pitching matchup for this afternoon. For San Francisco, it's Jordan Hicks. He's 1-0 with an ERA in the 2s and an opponent batting average of just 171. And as mentioned for the Yankees, it's Warren getting the ball. The rookie right-hander is still looking for his first major league win. Warren came close to that victory the last time he was on the stadium mound, leaving in line for the win before the Arizona Diamondbacks rallied against the Yankees bullpen. But this is just the 9th game and 8th start of his big league career, and it all began last July in Philadelphia.
On the mound, the youngster, Will Warren. So you got to breathe, young man. We've all been here. Your debut, we're all nervous. Those butterflies you have, you'll get through it. And the Yankees have a big belief in him. They think there is stuff there that he could be a really viable major league starter.
It was a dream come true. I think I've been thinking about that day since I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. It definitely exceeded all of my expectations. Playing in Philly, playoff kind of atmosphere. It was honestly just amazing to take the field, being a Yankee and playing along these guys on our team. I mean, it was unreal.
And a little smile from Will Warren, tap on the back from his manager, and he departs. Certainly acquitted himself well in his major league debut.
We got a lot of confidence in him. He developed this offseason with, adding a breaking ball, curve ball to help with the lefties. It's a heavy sinker slider mix, a little bit of four-seam and changeup, but high confidence in him. He's going to help us a lot in the rotation this year.
I think it's a fine line of keeping it the kids' game that it has been for so long and using the numbers and the analytics. But for me, I think it's helped me become who I am. The Yankees helped me find a slider. They changed some of the stuff on my fastballs as far as grips and stuff like that, and that's all because of the analytics and the Edgertronics cameras and stuff like that. And so they do a really good job of, hey, this is what our goal is for you. This is what you do well. Let's try to make this better. And that way you can become a complete pitcher.
It's been fun to watch him really come here and fit in and be like a sponge, wanting to learn, wanting to grow.
Obviously, we have a lot of guys on the staff with a lot of experience, and so just picking their minds and asking them questions of what did you do in this situation? Have you struggled here? How did you do this? And in my own experience of going out there and having success or failing, either way, just learning from the moment and using that to build my arsenal and the mindset.
Anyone who's willing to take feedback from all different sources is going to grow a lot, and I think he does a good job of filtering out things that do and don't work for him, but he's open to a lot of guys, giving him help, whether it's the veteran guys in the room. He's adapting, he's got a high aptitude, and he just understands how to take feedback, which is really important.
Big opportunity. I mean, Garrett Cole's gone for the year. He was out for an extended period of time. This is a great shot for Warren to show that he's ready to be part of this Yankee rotation.
Staying day to day, not looking at the end goal all the time, kind of staying pitch for pitch, day to day, game to game. I think it's that mental, just keep pitching mindset. Keep yourself in the fight. You might get hit, just don't get knocked down. just keep battling out there. I think everyone in this position is a competitor, and so whoever lasts the longest is going to be the winner.
Here is how Warren attacked the Pirates in his last outing. It was a lot of sweepers and sinkers, but 3 of his strikeouts came courtesy of his 4-seam fastball. Warren is back in the Bronx this afternoon, and he allowed just 1 hit over 5 innings in that first start at home this season. Meanwhile, if there's one matchup we're keeping a close eye on, it is Aaron Judge versus Jordan Hicks. The captain liked what he saw when he faced the Giants righty last year, taking him deep twice in 1 game. The first was a go-ahead 3-run blast off a splitter, and then he added a tape measure shot, 426 feet to center field. Judge has 5 home runs in 7 career games against San Francisco. Prior to joining the Giants, Hicks was almost exclusively a relief pitcher, but he's done fairly well since taking on more of a starter's workload. He started 22 of his 31 games with San Francisco and has an ERA just under 4, though he has won just 5 games, and walks have been a bit of an issue. Let us step aside again on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Coming up, we'll check out some highlights and storylines from around the majors. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Here's today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. After yesterday's outing, the Yankees have placed Marcus Stroman on the 15-day injured list with left knee inflammation. To take his place, righty Alan Winans was selected to the active roster and called up from AAA. We thank you for staying with us here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. And as we know, injuries have become a major part of Mike Trout's story over the past few years. And so far this season, though, Trout looks like he's returned to his superstar abilities. But was it enough for the Angels last night in Houston? We take you to the highlights, and here we go. Mike Trout facing Ronel Blanco, and he crushes it. He got it. It's a whole solo home run, his 6th of the season for him. Game tied at 1. Bottom of the 5th, Astros up 3-2, bases loaded for Yainer Diaz facing Garrett McDaniels, blasting it out to left. It's a grand slam. Diaz's first home run of the season is a big one, 7-2. Bottom 6, Diaz up again with a runner on second facing Michael Darrell Hicks. This is deep to left center, this time hitting off the wall. Diaz is at second with the RBI double. 10-2 Astros at that point. They go on to win it big. The Astros are just 6-7 and have yet to win back-to-back games this season. The Angels fall to 8-5, but Trout is tied for the major league lead with 6 home runs. He had 10 homers in 29 games last season before injuries sidelined him. Elsewhere, Cubs and Dodgers. Charlie Freeman throwing out the first pitch to his dad. Love every bit of that. Yamamoto taking the mound for the Dodgers. He was terrific. Striking out Nico Horner. Ian Happ whiffing. And then in the 6th, he strikes out Kyle Tucker. Yamamoto tossing 6 scoreless. Bottom 6, Tommy Edman from the right side facing Matthew Boyd. Cranks the changeup to left. His 6th home run of the year. Making it 3-0 Dodgers, well on their way as the Dodgers move to 11-4 thanks to that gem by Yamamoto and Edman's home run, his 6th of the year. He's tied with Trout, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, and Tyler Soderstrom for the most home runs in the majors this season. As for some notable games for today, the Tigers have won 8 of their last 10. They're in Minnesota. On the other side, the Orioles have lost 6 of 8 and will look to get on track against the Blue Jays. And in the Battle of the Sox, Chicago snapped an 8-game losing streak yesterday, beating Boston 11-1. Game 2 begins in a couple of hours. Let us take one last break here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Still to come, we will wrap things up with some things to watch for. Stay with us on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. We're back. The Yankees 26 and are second to the Dodgers overall, but LA has played 2 more games. And for the Bombers, 22 of those homers have come in the Bronx. We'll see if they add to that total today. Aaron Judge walked twice last night, meaning he's now reached base multiple times in 9 of the Yankees' 13 games. He leads the American League in RBIs, runs, slugging percentage, and OPS, and is tied for the top spot in home runs. His hot start continues. As for some other keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers, the Giants allow just over 3 runs per game. That ranks 3rd in all of baseball. Young-Hoo Lee homered yesterday. He has a top 10 OPS in the National League. For the Yankees, we talked about needing a little more from the starting pitching. While they've gotten a lot from Paul Goldschmidt, his .360 batting average is good for 4th in the American League. As for the Yankees' upcoming schedule, the series against the Giants wraps up tomorrow afternoon right here on Yes. Then it's the Kansas City Royals visiting the Bronx for a 3-game set. The Yankees become the visitors in their spring training home next weekend. It's 4 games at Steinbrenner Field against the Tampa Bay Rays beginning on Friday. That does it for this edition of Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Our next PPTV comes your way tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. I'll see you then. Right now, our game day coverage rolls on. It is the second game of a 3-game weekend series versus the visiting San Francisco Giants. Will Warren takes the mound, looking for his first Major League victory. We have set the scene. Time to hand off to the very best pregame in the business. It's next on Yes and the Yes app. Enjoy your game day Saturday.
Last night, this was not what you wanted to see. Rainy weather finally brought the tarp on for good and ended things early. But today, this is a little more like it. The tarp is off the field and everything looks like a go for Game 2 of this classic rivalry as the New York Yankees host the San Francisco Giants on a Saturday afternoon at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. We take a look at the pitching matchup for this afternoon's ball game. Battle of righties. Jordan Hicks going for the Giants. The former reliever turned starter, pitching well so far. And Will Warren looking for his first Major League victory. Certainly hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry with you. Middle game of this 3-game series, a 9-1 loss in the opener for the Yanks. A soggy experience all around. Let's get your Hyundai opening comment.
It was a miserable night for the Yankees. Bad weather, bad performance on the field. So when you come back to the ballpark today, Bob, and the weather is slightly better, if you're the Yankees, it's all about every player in their lineup saying, get up, stand up, produce a lot better today. It always starts with the starting pitcher in Will Warren. This is his 9th Major League appearance, Bob. He's never won a Major League game. The Yankees could really use him to get this game to the middle innings, and they could also use the hitters who were absent last night and who have been absent recently to produce more and get them a win in the Bronx.
Yeah, just 2 hits for the Yanks last night. We'll talk more about that coming up. Right now, we get it out to the stadium. Meredith Barakovich standing by with the Clubhouse Report presented by your local Ford stores. And Meredith, why don't we start with news from last night as it relates to today now. We start with the Morgan & Morgan injury report, and we found out post-game that Marcus Stroman had some discomfort in his left knee. What's the latest with that?
Bob, it truly has been a rough start to the season for Marcus Stroman. In his first 2 starts, he was pretty ineffective. And then yesterday, albeit brutal conditions out there on the field, could not get out of that first inning, recorded just 2 outs, threw 46 pitches, allowed 5 runs in the process. You mentioned what Aaron Boone revealed after the game, that he was dealing with some left knee discomfort. Well, today, the Yankees decided to put Marcus Stroman on the injured list, and they decided to make a pitching move because of that as well. So he's been placed on the IL with left knee inflammation. Alan Winans selected to the active roster. With the exception of Max Fried, the Yankees starters have not been effective to start the season. It's a small sample size, but their 5.46 ERA is the worst in the league. They need to start getting a little bit more from their starters. Jack, you mentioned the fact that it's going to be Will Warren going this afternoon. I asked Aaron Boone, being that they're in this stretch where they're playing 13 in a row. They did not clearly get length yesterday, and they used 2 of the guys that could give them innings in that bullpen. How imperative it is for Will Warren to go a little deeper in this game.
Yeah, we want him to go out and pitch well. So, yeah, I mean, over the long haul, we got to start getting more innings, obviously, there. And, hopefully he can go out and get us off on a good note today.
What are the challenges in kind of managing your pitching staff, bullpen, when you're in a stretch like this where you don't really have an off day for a while?
Yeah, always challenging this time of year with that, especially as you're trying to get everyone built up and regular work and everything like that. So, one of the challenges you face at different times of the year. So, this tough stretch for us right now.
While he's not an option in the near term, Jonathan Loaisiga throwing his first live session earlier today. Aaron Boone said everything went well for Loaisiga. They're expecting him maybe the end of May, beginning of June. Good first step for him. You see, it's DJ LeMahieu there in the batter's box. I spoke with LeMahieu, and he said he's expected to go to Tampa tomorrow, probably take about 4 days of live BPs. And if everything goes well thereafter and he feels physically okay, he'll likely start a rehab assignment, and then the Yankees will have to decide what to do from there. But LeMahieu essentially needs a whole spring training, so that is going to be a lengthy process for him. Now, when you look at the Yankees offense as a whole, they have stalled here the last 5 games. They are 1-4 over that span. Collectively, they are hitting just 190, averaging 2.2 runs per game. Cody Bellinger has kind of had a weird start to the year. He had that back issue, then he got food poisoning, really has not been able to get in the groove. 3 for his last 30, 0 extra base hits over his last 8 games. I asked Aaron Boone earlier overall just what he's seeing from Bellinger at the plate.
He's had a couple of at-bats here go, where, he had a 3-2 at-bat where he left the strike zone. I feel like he's had a few of those at-bats where he's putting together a good at-bat, getting in that 3-1, 3-2 situation, then leaving the strike zone a little bit. Again, a little bit disjointed here to start with the back and the food poisoning. So, Cody's going to bang. So he'll get it rolling. And even within these at bats where he's had some swing and miss, like I feel like seeing pitches and getting into counts. So that'll show up.
And Cody Bellinger is in this afternoon's lineup. He's playing center field, batting third. Jason Dominguez is going through a little rough stretch at the plate as well. He is in the lineup, batting 8th and playing left field. Also noteworthy, Clark Schmidt was in the clubhouse today. The Yankees still have not announced what day he's going to be inserted back into that rotation, but he is expected to make his first start of the season this upcoming week. He is clearly excited to get back out there. He did a rehab assignment with the Somerset Patriots, and Bob, I'm sure you're wondering what he did for the guys on the Patriots. Typically, the veteran caters the meal after the game. A little Outback Steakhouse for them. And one more note on the weather before I send it back to you. Yes, it is better than yesterday, but don't be fooled by the fact that the tarp is not on the field right now. It had been misting essentially all morning and early afternoon, and it is bitter cold out there. Still dressed like Antarctica. It's not going to be a fun one to play in again this afternoon.
Well, it's good to see your luggage made it back from Detroit, though, on the road trip. That's good because you had all your jackets with you. Meredith, thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you in just a bit with Michael and Paul. Now, fans, want to remind you the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankees, Nets, and more. Free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now and sign in with your existing Yes app username and password, or visit GothamSports.com to get streaming. A quick break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Up next, we'll talk about the Bombers offense. Who's hot and who's not? We're going to break it all down, so stay with us on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is presented by FanDuel. New customers get $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com.
All season long here on Yes, we want to invite you viewers to show us the different ways you support the Bronx Bombers. Use the QR code on screen with the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post pictures to social media that reflect your love for the Yankees. We might spotlight you in a future game. Pinstripe Pride is brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Great to have you back once again here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Let's talk about the Yankees offense. Stymied by some good pitchers so far this year. Jordan Hicks' numbers for the Giants have proven to be pretty steady so far. Let's talk about some of the hitters that are hot and not coming into this game. And we know that Aaron Judge has 6 home runs this season. He has looked very good. Paul Goldschmidt, the numbers are off the charts. We talk about those two guys, Jack, as must-see at-bats. And then Chisholm, Bellinger, we heard Boone talk about him, and Jason Dominguez just trying to get their footing underneath them.
Yeah, the Yankees have 11 runs in their last 5 games, Bob, and their offense is better than that. We saw what their offense can be earlier this season, so I look at those last 3 players that you mentioned, and it's all about getting on track, and it's about swinging at good pitches. When Boone spoke about Bellinger before the game, he talked about how sometimes you have a tendency, you're in a hitter's count, and maybe you stray out of the zone. Maybe you swing at something where you're doing the pitcher a favor. So I think we've seen that with Bellinger. And then with Jazz Chisholm, a lot of swing and miss in his game, and that's something that he can't have. That's where he goes out of the zone last night, Bellinger. And then Dominguez, Bob, I keep saying with Dominguez, it's about reps. So you've got to live through some 0 for 13s with Jason Dominguez. He needs to get out there and play often, be that everyday left fielder. I do believe he will eventually produce, but he needs to get those major league at-bats.
Well, let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup that will go out against Jordan Hicks today. It's brought to you courtesy of Toyota, where Aaron Judge batting second today this season at home in 7 games, 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. He has 5 homers in 7 career games against the Giants. As for the Yankees, Paul Goldschmidt, multiple hits in 5 of his last 7. So 2 guys to keep an eye on in the 2 and 4 spots. As for Judge, also a pretty good history off Jordan Hicks. Just 2 hits and 6 at-bats, but those 2 hits left the ballpark.
Yeah, Hicks is sinker slider, and there's a slider that in San Francisco, Judge instantly deposits into the stands for a souvenir, and guess what? That's a sinker that comes inside, and this time Judge goes more to straightaway center field, so he feels comfortable at the plate against Hicks. I know it's a small sample size, but I do think Judge will walk to the plate feeling very comfortable this afternoon.
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, gives us a look at what the Yankees can expect from Jordan Hicks. He's very sinker-heavy, throwing that pitch 2/3 of the time, and it comes in hot, averaging nearly 98 miles per hour. So to see those home runs by Judge, good sign. That sinker can keep the ball in the ballpark. They want to try and at least elevate it enough to get it through some of those conditions, unlike the ball hit by Austin Wells last night, and get it over the wall.
Right, and with Hicks, you know you're getting a sinker or slider 90% of the time. He also does throw a splitter, but he doesn't feature it very much, less than 5% of the time. And Bobby's an interesting case because he used to be a reliever. The Giants converted him to the starting role. He dropped his release point a little bit. He's got less velocity, but more movement on the sinker now that he's a reliever and not a starter. I'm really intrigued to see how he goes up against Judge, because not only has Judge had success against him, but the Giants showed a little bit of their strategy last night against Judge. He saw 20 pitches from Giants pitchers. 14 of them were out of the zone. They want Judge to chase. If he doesn't chase, I don't think they will mind putting him on base, because as we talked about, that Yankee offense has been stagnant right now. They might be of the mindset, let someone else beat them.
Well, let's take another break here on the FanDuel Yankees pregame, and with his team looking for a little more from its starting rotation, Will Warren gets the ball for the Yankees this afternoon. We'll tell you what to expect from the young right-hander coming up next.
Show on Yes is brought to you in part by Cadillac. Spring is the season for new beginnings, and it's the best time to get behind the wheel of a sophisticated new Cadillac SUV. Visit your tri-state Cadillac dealer today.
I'm News 12 meteorologist Alex Calamio. If your game day forecast, first pitches at 3:05 and temperatures are only in the 40s. Really rough weather for April. The good news is, even though it is cloudy with drizzle, we do not have heavy rain in the forecast. Watch out for that breeze, though. These 40s are going to feel more like 30s. Definitely a chilly mood cast. Make sure that you watch News 12 for all of your hyper-local news and headlines in the New York area.
Thank you, Alex. Perfect weather for pitching, said no one, Jack, ever in these conditions. But pitch they will. Jordan Hicks against Will Warren. Warren looking for a better outing than his last time. He just wants to continue to build. That was a start that he had at Pittsburgh, gave up 4 earned runs.
Yeah, it's about consistency. It's about not letting up. It's about understanding that one at-bat can bleed into the next. He had a great start in this game, Bob. You see him get Hayes with a sweeper. Gets Reynolds with a fastball. He's going to come back and lock up Pham right there. He retired the first 8 batters of this game until he ran into this encounter with Kiner Falefa that we're going to detail. Gets ahead of him with the sweeper. He decides he's going to go with another sweeper, and good take by Kiner Falefa. That's down, so now the count's 1-1. One more sweeper, non-competitive, so he's behind in the count. He comes back with his sinker, 2-2. You have to put the number 9 hitter away right here. Instead, he misses inside with a fastball. Where are you going to go 3-2? What's your best pitch to get a strike? It's a sinker. It's down again. And from there, chaos ensued because a couple batters later, Reynolds takes that fastball for a 2-run double. So the Pirates take the lead in this game. And then, as I talked about, one at-bat bleeding into the next, Bob, you look ahead to the 4th inning, guess who's back up again? It's Kiner Falefa taking that sinker for a run-scoring double. So after a brilliant start by Warren, he had things erupt around him against the number 9 batter. That's a guy you have to be able to get out, especially when he featured good stuff in this game, threw some nice sweepers, had some nice sinkers, but he let Kiner Falefa get on base, and then the Pirates took advantage after that.
Well, the good stuff that you detailed in that start against Pittsburgh is what we saw in spring training and why he earned himself a spot in the starting rotation, the ability to get ahead of hitters, but then, Jack, put them away pretty quickly instead of the lingering 2-2, 3-2, finding ways to get outs and go deeper into games. He was doing that in the spring, not so much in his first 2 starts.
Yeah, he put on a show in the spring and did exactly what you just talked about. He added a curveball in the offseason. He already has that great spin on the sweeper that the Yankees talk about. The sinker is a really good pitch. The cutter has been a good pitch for him. And I think it's just a matter of going out there and putting all the pieces together. His longest start at the major league level is 5 1/3 innings. The Yankees could really use him to do something similar to that today. They do have some rested pitchers in the bullpen, but they would love to get some effort and some production from their starters. The non-freed starters are sitting there with an ERA of around 7.
Let's take a look at the Giants lineup that Will Warren will face today. Comes your way courtesy of Toyota. Same lineup Bob Melvin's trotting out there as yesterday, with the exception of the catcher. It's Sam Huff in there instead of Bailey. They swapped out the catchers. Lee and Wade Jr. each had 3 runs batted in last night. And then Mike Yastrzemski, his OBP and his slug are both top 8 in the National League. So, Jack, you already mentioned the bullpen set up pretty well. And if you look at the top 4 on that list, Williams, Weaver, Leiter Jr., and Cruz, they're locked and ready to go.
Right, I think if Aaron Boone had a script of how he would see this game play out, perhaps Warren gets them 5 innings. Maybe he crawls into the 6th. Then it's Cruz and Leiter Jr., and it's Weaver and Williams maybe to cover the last 9 outs or so. You've got to get a lead. Everything's got to work in order for that plan to work out. We also saw Winans on that bullpen budget. Meredith discussed that earlier, but in reading the tea leaves after last night and the fact that Stroman left to get those tests on his knee, not surprised he went on the IL.
Well, I want to remind you that the New York Yankee Foundation's 50-50 raffle is now open. During every home game at Yankee Stadium, one lucky fan wins half the pot, and the other half is donated to the New York Yankees Foundation. Buy your tickets for today's game at yankees.com/5050. One last break on the FanDuel Yankees pregame. Still to come, Jack gives us his key to the game. Is he focusing on the bats or the pitching? That's why you want to stick around. You got to find out next.
The Yankees pregame show on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Hyundai dealers. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today. Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com.
It's time for the pregame odds segment presented by FanDuel. After a cold and rainy night in the Bronx, the Yankees will look to heat up in a Game 2 against the Giants. For a same-game parlay, let's go with Ben Rice to hit a home run, Aaron Judge to record a hit, and Will Warren to strike out at least 4 batters. That parlay would hit at plus 949. Right now, new customers get $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins.
Great to have you back here for a couple minutes before we get you out to the stadium for the start of today's game, Game 2 between the Yanks and the Giants. And the Yankees just looking to get the offense going, Jack. You've already addressed that, but get it going early. They have so much success when they do that.
Yeah, and Hicks is a pitcher we talked about. You're going to see a lot of sinkers and a lot of sliders, but he's also a pitcher, Bob, who has a tendency to struggle with the strike zone. So you don't want to help him on a day like today. Meredith already detailed it. It's slightly better than it was last night, but this isn't going to be comfortable for any pitcher or any batter. So as uncomfortable as you can make the opposing pitcher, that's what you want to do. And if you're the Yankees, you want to punch first. Their last 3 games, they've been down 3-0, 4-0, and then last night, down 5-0 before they ever stepped to the plate. Very hard to always have to climb uphill falling behind like that.
So let's get your weather-controlled studio key to the game. Would it involve the offense, or does it involve pitching? I teased it. I sold it. So what do you got?
I'm tilting back towards the pitching because so much of what happens in a game is the man who's standing on the mound holding the baseball. And I think tonight's key is Warren taking the 5th. And by that, I mean Warren taking the mound in the 5th, getting through it, going back to the dugout, and the Yankees have a lead at that point because then Boone can go to Cruz, Leiter Jr., Weaver, and Williams and try and lock down this win. I think you need some length and some production from your starter. We've talked about it. Max Fried has been the only effective and consistent starter.
Yeah, you talk about the consistent at-bats, too, and we mentioned that during the lineup. We've seen them from certain batters, but today is a day where when part of the theme early in the season was everybody contributing, even the young guys, you need to see that from the Wells and the Volpes and the Dominguez of the world.
Yeah, we detailed some of the players who are struggling, and it was Bellinger, and it was Chisholm as well. So you need to see some of those guys come through. Dominguez as well has been in a bit of a slide. And remember, before they were limited to 1 run last night, they had been dominating at Yankee Stadium. They were averaging close to 9 runs a game. So trying to get to that version of the Bronx Bombers.
See if they get that mojo back today at the stadium. Game 2 between the Yankees and the Giants. It's Michael K. Paul O'Neill with the call. Meredith Marakovich reporting. We look forward to seeing you on the postgame. Have a great day and enjoy the ball game next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Yes.
Well, the bad weather continues here in New York City. Another day of rain, but it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the San Francisco Giants in the middle game of a 3-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Paul O'Neill. I'm Mike O'Kane. Not a great night for the Yankees last night. Cold, rainy, and they lose in a rain-shortened 6-inning game. So they try to bounce back in this one. We'll take a look now at the Home Depot getting it done pitching matchup. Jordan Hicks has gotten off to a good start for the Giants. And for the Yankees, Will Warren gets the start. A little bit of a mixed bag with Will Warren.
Well, Will Warren was one of the guys that, when the injuries came about, he got an opportunity. He had a good opening day start for him. Didn't get the win. Still waiting for his first major league win. Good fastball, can spin the ball a little bit, but control once in a while. Out over the middle of the plate, he'll get hit. But today is a good day for him to throw up his first major league win.
Well, if you look at the Yankees starting rotation, Paul, Max Fried has done the job in his 3 starts. The Yankees are 3-0. He has a 1.56 ERA. The other starters, the team is 4-6. They're pitching to a close 7 ERA. And today we find out Marcus Stroman, who couldn't get out of the first inning yesterday, was placed on the 15-day IL. More on that when we move along during the game. Well, some Yankee hitters have to pick it up. The offense has gone very, very quiet of late. Who Who has to step it up? Aaron Boone tells Meredith Marakovitz and the feeling he has about both. Next.
Welcome to another brutally cold afternoon in the Bronx. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. The Yankees offense has stalled over the last 5 games. They are 1-4 over that span. Collectively, they're hitting just 190 as a team, averaging 2.2 runs per game. Jason Dominguez is 0 for his last 13, while Cody Bellinger is 3 for his last 30. Aaron Boone was asked specifically what he's seeing from Dominguez and Bellinger at the plate.
I feel like he's been not making some of his best moves right-handed through the last couple of games. Part of that is you're facing Skubal, you're facing, some tough customers. So, again, just small couple of games. Reality is he can really hit, and that's my expectation for him.
It seems like it's been a little bit of a grind for Cody Bellinger. Just what are you seeing with his at-bats right now?
Yeah, he's had a couple of at-bats here go, where, he had a 3-2 at-bat where he left the strike zone. I feel like he's had a few of those at-bats where he's putting together a good at-bat, getting in that 3-1, 3-2 situation, then leaving the strike zone a little bit. Again, a little bit disjointed here to start with the back and the food poisoning. So, Cody's going to bang.
And you imagine the conditions certainly have not helped this Yankees offense. Both Bellinger and Dominguez are in this afternoon's lineup. Bellinger will bat third and play center field, while Dominguez is in left and will bat eighth. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Will Warren will get the ball. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. By Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And by Hyundai, with a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. You see the Yankees take the field. It is raining here at the stadium, but as we said yesterday, if you're going to start in this, you're going to play most of the game in this as well. Hopefully the rain does subside. That is in the forecast at this moment. The Yankees try to even up this series at a game of peace and turn tomorrow into the rubber game. Here's the Giants lineup that's going to face Will Warren. Mike Yastrzemski in right field leads off. Willie Adames at short. Jung-Hoo Lee is the center fielder hitting third. Cleaning up third baseman Matt Chapman. Elliot Ramos, the left fielder, will bat fifth, batting sixth. And playing first base, it's Lamont Wade Jr. Wilmer Flores, the DH, will bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching, it's Sam Huff. And the second baseman is Tyler Fitzgerald. He is going to bat ninth. And they'll be batting against Will Warren. Third start of the season for Warren. 9 innings, a strikeout per inning, 1 home run, and 5 walks. So let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, you need some outs. Marcus Stroman didn't get through the first inning last night, and his fastball success in his young career batters are 3 for 34 with 15 strikeouts against his four-seam fastball. And help from Max. Talking about Max Fried. He has a 1.56 ERA in his 3 starts. Every other starter combined, 6.95. I think they got to change in the bottom part of this rotation, huh?
Now let's check out the defense behind Warren. You've got Dominguez in left, Bellinger in center, and Judge over in right. Infield, Cabrera third, Volpe plays short. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second base, Paul Goldschmidt over at first. Austin Wells behind the plate again, Ben Rice the DH, and Will Warren is on the mound. You can see it's overcast, the lights are on, and it's time for Game Time Weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea.
Don't even do it.
Of the Yankees. Have to. It's 40, but it feels like 31. Chance of rain, yes, still chance of rain. 82% humidity. The wind is blowing in briskly from left field.
Same direction as last night, Michael. We talked so many times about how it affected the ball. It affected a home run off Wells at bat. You saw outfielders just trying to chase down balls.
Yastrzemski is ready in the left-handed batter's box. Warren's ready on the mound. And let's do it here in the Bronx. And the first pitch is a strike. We're underway. Ryan Addington, the home plate umpire. Ryan Wills at first. Lance Barksdale, the crew chief, at second. Will Little is over at third. Oh, 0-2 on Yastrzemski. We told you in the open, Marcus Stroman put on the IL. He underwent an MRI after yesterday's game. He lasted just 2 outs into the first, gave up 5 runs. Left knee inflammation. Ryan Addison considered pitcher-friendly, more low strikes, more outside strikes on lefty batters, and Ryan in his 9th big league season. The 1-2. 2-2.
Oh, you can tell hitters that are hot, and Yastrzemski is hot. That was a great pitch right there. Changeup just off the outside corner. Didn't even go after it.
That one just missed. Wow. Thought he was pitcher friendly.
Yeah, well, I guess it's on the other side of the plate. This is another great pitch. Looked like he just got the outside corner.
Strike 3. Yastrzemski down looking. Really good sequence for Warren. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, deep freeze, not even talking about the weather here, Michael. The Yankees got off so good offensively, scoring all kinds of runs, but only 11 runs over the last 5 games. And bring your best. Giants are a good team, and they are off to a hot start. And a hot shot.
2 away.
The silver lining, Michael, of last night's, whatever you want to call that, is the rain, it ended it early last night. So you had 10 outs. You didn't have to go through your bullpen. So one silver lining from last night. Bullpen's still in pretty good shape for Aaron Boone.
Here's Jung-Hoo Lee. Had a big 3-run home run off Stroman in the first inning yesterday. Yankees were down 5-0 before they came to the plate in the first. Pitch is high. You know, Warren had to wonder when Clark Schmidt comes back, was he going to be the odd man out because he has an option? But now with Stroman being put on the IL, gets a little bit of a reprieve. And if he pitches well, then all of a sudden he could hang around for a while. They did call up Alan Winans, who we saw in spring training, to take Stroman's place on the roster.
And if he pitches like he did his first start, he's going to get a lot of opportunities. I mean, obviously the pitching staff right now is a concern. It's Fried, and then hopefully some of these other guys are going to stand up and start throwing the ball a little bit better.
3-1. Well, you see the rotation. Fried's been great. Rodon has been hit and miss. Then Warren, Carrasco, and Stroman. Just remember, that's not the rotation that the Yankees designed during the offseason. Garrett Cole's supposed to sit on top of that rotation, and Louis Hill, last year's Rookie of the Year, is supposed to be there as well. Supposed to be a deep rotation. But right now they're pitching depth, not the original plan. And Lee works a walk. That's a little bit of a bugaboo for Warren, the base on balls. He had 4 walks in the first game. He had only 1 walk against Pittsburgh, but he did give up 6 hits in 4 innings. Both of those games, he didn't get a decision, but the team took a loss. In the game against Arizona, they had the lead. That was the game where Mark Leiter Jr. gave up the grand slam to Eugenio Suarez. And then the Yankees bailed him out in the game against Pittsburgh. He was headed for a loss, and they scored 3 runs in the 9th inning. Then they lost it in 11.
Got a good memory, you know that? You write that stuff down, you just fire it out.
Just fire it out. Yeah. Hope it's right. The 0-1. 1-1. Giants lost to their best start in 22 years. They're 10-3. That's the best start since they were 12-1 in 2003. Hit sharply right at Cabrera, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. Giants nothing. Yankees come to bat. Well, Jordan Hicks on the mound. He's going to face. Yankees come in with the DH Ben Rice leading off. Aaron Judge in right field bats second. Cody Bellinger in center will hit third. Cleaning up first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second. Anthony Volpe at short. Bottom third of the order as well as Dominguez and Cabrera. Let's take a look at who they're going to face. Jordan Hicks. This will be his third start. 1-0, 2.38. The numbers are good. And now we get the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, he is a converted reliever. He moved from the bullpen to the rotation last year when he signed with the Giants. He has a super sinker. Talking about high velocity, 98. His first 2 start was his average, only a 148 average against. And he's trying to maintain it. Last year, a 2.8 ERA at the beginning, the 15 starts, and then just kind of fell apart the rest of the year with a 7.09. So he's trying to figure out what he did in the first half and use it to his advantage this year.
You know, he got off to that great start in the first half, and then you consider he's a reliever transitioning into the rotation, and he really tired out in the second half. And to combat that this year, he put on some muscle. He put on 15 pounds of muscle and hopes that that will get him through the second half.
You know, Mike, when he was a reliever, he clocked a pitch at 105 miles an hour. So he's got plenty of arm strength. There's no doubt about that.
Take a look at the defense. It's a good Giant defense. Ramos, Lee, and Yastrzemski left to right. In the infield, Chapman, Adames, Fitzgerald, and Wade. That's third to first. Huff behind the plate. Wilma Flores, the DH. Jordan Hicks is on the mound. Grounded to short. Adames charges and gets Rice. I was going to bring up Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge had an unusual game yesterday, and we'll look at it on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. He saw 20 pitches, Paul, 14 of them out of the strike zone. It was only a 6-inning game. That's the most he's seen out of the strike zone all year.
Yeah, you see 14 out of the strike zone and 14 of them off-speed pitches. So they're not challenging him. They're not going after him. Now, that sinker is very effective because you can do what he did right there and run that in off the plate where you can't get hurt.
Now, if you want to know, well, why are they pitching him that way? Well, the guy batting behind him tonight is Cody Bellinger. He's 3 for his last 30. So why would you give Judge anything to hit until Bellinger makes you pay for it? There's a strike.
After 2 fastballs, then you get a breaking ball, 2-0. And just goes to show you, you're not going to give in to Aaron Judge and let him hit one in the seats.
Judge had 2 home runs last year against Jordan Hicks.
That was a game we did out
in San Francisco
together. Walked home together. We were buddies out there.
That was great. Good times. Hard ground ball through for a base hit. Adames a pretty good shortstop. That hit was hit so hard, he could not even move to the glove side to come near it.
Yeah, that's when I tell you that I really, truly believe in that one analytic, and that's exit velocity, because a lot of these ground balls that Aaron Judge hits, other people hit, the plays are made, but it happens so quick because he hits the ball so hard.
115.2 miles per hour off the bat. Here's Bellinger. Does not have an extra base hit in his last 8 games. And there's a fly ball left field and deep. Ramos back, still back, still back. He's on the track at the wall. He can't make the play, and it bounds off into left field. Here comes Judge, rounding third. Cody Bellinger's going to third. It's an RBI triple. Yankees are on the board. It's 1-0. There's his extra base hit.
Wow, you can do it, Michael, with your voice. When somebody hasn't done something, or they have, you can jinx them in a heartbeat. Well, you jinx the Giants here. A good swing. He was in Nowheresville. This ball just took off into the wind. We're almost not able to come down with it. The only thing that I was worried about, Bellinger going to third base. Aaron Judge kind of slowed up a little bit, knowing he was going to score. And you got to make sure that you're not tagged out at third before Aaron Judge crosses home plate.
I don't know if Bellinger thought that was out or if it was going to be caught, because he was watching it for a while, and that's why it was as close as it was at third. Infield in for Goldschmidt. 1-0. That's Bellinger's 7th run batted in.
Well, it's a big lift for the Yankees and a big lift for Cody Bellinger, too, just to get a lead, get last night out of your mind.
High fly ball, right center. Yastrzemski makes the play. Tagging is Bellinger. He'll score. Sac fly for Goldschmidt. 2-0 Yanks.
Oh, just a solid at bat by Goldschmidt. He loves to go the other way. I always found it was much easier to really get a guy in from third by staying inside and driving it the other way, where you don't roll over and get an easy ground ball. Yankees on top 2-0.
Here's Jazz Chisholm. He's looking to break out of a slump. He's 0 for his last 18. And a strike. Backdoor breaking ball. Steady miss falling here at the stadium. Lights are on. So Judge with the single started it off, scored on Bellinger's triple. Bellinger scored on Goldschmidt's sac fly. 1-2 on Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Boy, those are the types of swings you can see from hitters that are expecting that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. That split finger just dove out of the strike zone.
That one is driven to center field and deep. Going back Lee, and he'll make the play in front of the track for the final out. Yankees get 2 runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. The big hit. Cody Bellinger, a triple to left field. Yankees are up by 2. Now FanDuel's live same-game parlay.
Well, I'll tell you what, the home run would be a tough one today, but you're Aaron Judge. It doesn't matter if it's cold and windy anyway.
So Warren has a 2-0 lead. Ramos will lead off. He's been slumping. He's 0 for his last 17. Something up with Austin Wells equipment. As Ryan Addison giving him some time.
Get a lot of technical difficulty now with PitchCom. You know that? Earpieces. I think you're trying to land a plane back there.
Yogi used to always have the problem with the earpiece.
Yeah?
Yeah, with the PitchCom. Bill Dickey, too. Ramos takes a strike. Well, Ramos, starting left fielder, and the Giants made a little history when Ramos was the starting left fielder on opening day. They've now had 19 different opening day starting left fielders in the 19 years since Barry Bonds' final season.
Wow. You're still looking for that next Barry Bonds?
I guess. Now, Ramos did something I know is going to impress you. Last September 15th, he did something that had never been done. Right-handed hitter who hit a home run into McCovey Cove.
Wow. Yeah, you know, it's funny. When we opened that stadium in an exhibition game.
Driven out to right center field. On the run, Bellinger is playing shallow. That's going to be over his head and bounces into the bullpen for a double. He showed that power the other way.
Yeah, that's a bolt the other way. No doubt about it. Warren made a couple good pitches before this. This ball's up in the strike zone and just gets hammered the other way. But I was talking about when we opened that in an exhibition game. I remember Andy Pettit pitched the game, and we were wondering if it was possible, because nobody really knew, new ballpark, if hitting it in McCovey Cove was possible. Well, it wasn't 2 or 3 at-bats into the game where Bonds hit one where I never even moved, and it splashed, and it's, you know what, it's possible.
Well, the first 104 splash hits were all hit by lefties until Ramos did it. 0-1 on Wade, runner at second. Nobody out here in the second. 1-1. Seems to have a little extra life on the fastball today.
Yeah, he was throwing the ball extremely well. All of a sudden now he looked like he's rushing a little bit from the stretch and, can't get the ball down. He had great control the first inning.
Wow. 2-2.
That's pitcher friendly right there, man.
Yeah. Wilmer Flores is on deck. Stays alive with the foul ball.
Here in a 2-strike count now. I mean, this would be a huge strikeout to keep Ramos at second base.
Rip to right. Hooks foul.
That didn't sound good. That sounded like it got in on the label. Yep, the broken bat heading for another. Well, at the end of the bat, took a little bit off. The different sound, and then boy, I tell you, on a cold day, that's not the way you're aiming.
I always thought you were a great teammate. I really did. All the years working together, but you got a space heater and you're pointing it right at you. It doesn't. You don't let it oscillate, so I'm not getting any of the heat, man.
I'm ricocheting it off my shoe here.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. Here, let me split it with you, man. I don't want the people to think that I'm not fair to or anything, you know.
No.
Now my right leg's getting it all. How you feeling? Huh?
2-2 count. And grabbed there by Goldschmidt.
Well, Goldschmidt's been good offensively and defensively for the Yankees, and luckily he was able to come in on this ball, catch it on the fly, keep Ramos at second base.
Goldschmidt's been steady both at the plate and in the field, as advertised, as he's been for most of his career, other than the first 4 months last year. There's a strike.
Flores with the 5 home runs, got up to a hot start with the long ball. I mean, again, Warren got that big out there. You just keep battling and try to save runs, give your offense a chance to put some more space between the Yankees and the Giants.
Flores, 33 years old, 13th big league season. Mets, Diamondbacks, and the Giants since 2020. High fly ball, right center. Long run, and that ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Flores. The game is tied.
Well, in one swing, you get a big out with the strikeout or the line out, and now a 2-run homer. Back to square one, 2-2. And Michael, last night it seemed like the wind has changed a little bit of direction, because that ball actually carried. Bellinger's ball carried the left. The two-seam fastball, just not enough movement. You could see the barrel of the bat under it, and as a sinker, you want to, you know, the guys to hit the top of the baseball. Really drives against that front leg. Just drives the ball the other way. Bob Melvin in the background there must have got a different weather forecast with the sunglasses on, huh?
6th home run for Flores, tied for most in the majors with 5 others, including Aaron Judge. It seems so perfect, and we mentioned this when he was on the bench last night. Really cold, kind of dark day at Yankee Stadium, and here's Sam Huff. Giants legendary linebacker, Hall of Famer. From 1956 to 1969, played with the Giants and the then Redskins. Made 5 Pro Bowls and won an NFL title with the Giants as a rookie in 1956. And here's Sam Huff 2.0. 3-2. Foul back. Patrick Bailey gets the bulk of the catching time. Switch hitting catcher. Caught last night. Not in there today. So Sam Huff batting eighth, and he's behind the plate. Strike three. Good pitch. Huff down looking. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Here's Tyler Fitzgerald. And there's a strike.
Really using good sequences with two seamers off the corner, then the breaking ball that with the strikeout the pitch before. Just every once in a while you'll see his location out over the middle of the plate. And those are the balls that get hit hard.
Outside. Swing and a miss. Got him. So Huff strikes out. Fitzgerald strikes out as Warren rebounds from the two-run home run. We go to the bottom of the second. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota. And today's picture is of Vincent, who met Oswald Peraza after his recent Little League game. You'll remember that for a long time. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media. Reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. 2-2 game as we start at the bottom of the second. Here's Volpe. And there's a strike. To our friends and viewers of the Jewish faith, everybody here at Yes wishes you a happy Passover. One and two on Volpe. There's a strike three to Volpe. One away.
Well, you can see Hicks in certain times of the game. Hard sinker, then a good slider. Threw a split finger earlier in the game. I mean, he has great stuff.
There's Austin Wells. You know, it's a pretty smart move that some teams are making. They're looking at relievers. They're seeing the pitch patterns they have, the package, and they're saying, let's see if he could be a starter. So they signed, the Giants had that thought with Hicks, so they signed him to a 4-year, $44 million deal. Now, if you get a good starter out of it, you're getting a starter for $11 million a year. Mm-hmm. That's what the Mets did with Clay Holmes.
Right.
3 years, $39 million. Again, if you get a good starter at $13 million a year, you see what the top starters make, you've done a good job.
Yeah, that's kind of the new thing. You've seen it a lot, you know, in the past 10 years or so, which, you know, hard throwers that were starters that have moved to the bullpen to be extremely successful, and now they're trying to do it the other way. Wow, that's ripped into center field. Austin Wells, you know what? It just his numbers never match up to his swings to me. He looks like a great hitter, has good at bats. I mean, you can't do it much better than that. Just ball going down and away, just line it up the middle.
That's a good sign after the double off the top of the wall yesterday and then this hard base hit. So slowly his average is climbing. He's at 225 now. Here's Jason Dominguez. Didn't play yesterday. He is 0 for his last 13. Batting from a stronger side, the left side against the righty Hicks. Now, Dominguez is a switch hitter, and he's had troubles in his young career batting from the right side. And Boone admitted that today. He's made some odd decisions from the right side, swing path-wise, but they are confident in him from the left side. And most of the pitchers in baseball are right-handed, but you will occasionally have to face a lefty. 2-1. Coming into today, the Yankees offense last 5 games, the team is 1-4, and they're hitting 190, averaging just 2.2 runs per game. And have a little bit of a concern, Paul. They're striking out 29.4% of the time. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. You see those numbers. But they did have 2 runs in the first inning today during the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. I saw a shot of Boone there, and after the game yesterday, he said that he and Brad Ausmus, his bench coach, were talking during the game. And Boone said, we've been in the game a long time. He said, those are probably the worst conditions we've ever seen.
I mean, it was kind of relentless. It just drizzled and rained all night. Wind blew all night, and it didn't get any warmer.
And Dominguez thought he drew a walk. Instead, he takes strike 3.
Yeah, I think he did. I mean, this ball off the outside corner has been called a few times so far by Ryan Addington.
Looks like it's a bit outside.
Yeah, what makes it worse is a hitter, it's a breaking ball trying to get back to the outside corner. And, in the hitting zone, it's even farther away.
1-0 on Oswaldo, who's gotten off to a good start, 308 with 4 ribbies. And actually has hit pretty well against left-handed pitching from the right side. And you wonder if that keeps going on, does he start to play every single day at third? But Peraz has also played okay when he plays against left-handers. Fly ball on the left side. Hits up against that screen. If you look at the flags over the grandstand, they kind of seem like they're blowing toward right, but the big flag in left center field really not whipping as much as it did yesterday.
There's been a couple balls that kind of actually carried today, where last night nothing was carrying.
The 2-1. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 game. That one is lined into right center field. That is going to be a base hit. Lee fields. He'll fire into second, moving to third as Wells. And the Yankees on the corners with 2 outs.
Well, good solid bat by Cabrera. He was beat the first 2 fastballs. This two-seamer out over the plate, caught up to it, and just lined it into right center field. That bat had get out in front and just drive the ball. Austin Wells, for a catcher, runs pretty well.
With Ben Rice, he grounded to short in the first. 2-2 game, first and third, 2 outs.
Flaherty and Girardi are fuming right now because they just threw for the catcher. He runs pretty well. Right?
I think more so Girardi.
Yeah.
Well, he keeps thinking of that triple against Maddox. He said, how'd I run then? Skied the other way. On the run is Ramos, and that'll make the seats out of play. I don't know about you, Paul. These hand warmers that we bought, they're not kicking out that much heat.
Well, mine are roaring. I just gave you mine from the last trip. They might have run out a little bit. I don't know. You're a good teammate. I took the new ones. You took the old ones.
Yeah, and you keep the space heater. Good stuff.
My right leg's on fire right now.
Aaron Judge about to make a friend. There, friend for life. Trying to be cool, but he's happy.
Oh, that smile's genuine, right?
Two and two. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 2-2 game in the second. Deuce is wild. Now it's 3 and 2. So that releases Cabrera at first. Staying put at third will be Wells.
A good pitch to hit here for Ben Rice. 3-2. He's got to make sure that you stay with it, because he loves to throw his sinker. You try to pull it, end up grounding out.
Grounded foul. Cabrera will go back. Yankees scored their 2 runs in the first. Single by Judge, triple to left by Bellinger, and a sac fly by Goldschmidt. And then the Giants came back with 2 in the top of this inning with a 2-run home run to right field by Wilmer Flores. 3-2. He walked him. Well, now you have the situation that you want with Judge. They have to pitch to him, bases loaded.
Well, it's Bob Melvin over there kind of scratching his head. You throw a breaking ball to walk Ben Rice to bring Aaron Judge up with bases loaded.
And J.P. Martinez, the pitching coach, makes his way out to the mound. March 29th, Aaron Judge went the Grand Slam route. Got curtain call out of it, too. And that was his 3 home run game against Milwaukee. Against the Giants, you know, his childhood team, he's done quite well in 8 games, 525 home runs, 10 ribbies. 2 of those home runs that came against Hicks last May 31st in San Francisco.
I was reading today about Aaron Judge and Willie Mays, and I've always told you, Michael, Willie Mays was like my idol. I thought he was the best. Well, Aaron Judge said he was a big Willie Mays fan. I'm like, well, you're too young for that. But he had the opportunity from a family friend to meet him, talk to him, told him some things that he still uses today.
Now, his actual favorite player that was playing when he was young Rich Aurelia.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, he loved Rich Aurelia. That's why he wore 35, which was also his dad's number. So he wore 35 throughout Little League and high school. Rich Aurelia, for those that don't know, the shortstop for the Giants. Not an Aaron Judge sort of player. 1-1. Wells at third, Cabrera's at second, and Rice is over at first. Yankees trying to break a 2-2 tie. Judge has 20 ribbies on the season. Grounded to short, Adames flips to second, and that'll do it as Hicks works into and out of trouble. Well, Paul, let's take a look at how they pitched.
Well, Jordan Hicks challenged him, two-seamer in, didn't quite get to it, and then he got him off the plate with another two-seamer, and then a strike, and Judge pounds it into the ground for an easy out.
See, that ball started tailing on his hands just a bit. So Judge grounds out. Yankees leave the bases loaded. Remains 2-2 as we go to the third. Yankees late to get on the field as the grounds crew was trying to get the pitcher's mound right and also the area around home plate. When they continue throughout the game, Paul, to put the drying agent, does that make it like Cuppy on the infield to run?
You know, if it continues to rain, yes. You know, if it's a one-shot thing, you know, it kind of just mixes in with the dirt, and you're fine. But you see home plate, you know, it's going to be done numerous times, and you see the clay there because the dirt in the batter's box and the mound is so much different than the infield dirt. You know, it's a harder clay, and it's very, you know, it's susceptible to get very slippery when it gets wet.
All right, we go to the top of the Giants lineup here in the top of the third. Yastrzemski struck out looking in the first inning.
It's a big inning here for Warren. You've got Yastrzemski, Adames, and Lee. Yastrzemski and Lee being the two hotter hitters for the Giants.
Now, they'd like to get some length out of Warren, but the way the game broke down yesterday, their bullpen's in pretty good shape. They're okay. They have enough to cover. Paul, you remember what happened on this day in 1993?
It was kind of a day like this, too. Cloudy, rainy, dreary.
But you made it bright for everybody.
Oh, I made it bright for myself. That was a good ride home that day.
That's Paul's first game at Yankee Stadium after being traded from the Reds. First game in pinstripes. I believe the Yankees opened on the road that year. And Paul just showed everybody what they were in for the next 9 years. He went 4 for 4 and hit a home run off David Cohn.
It wasn't so bad. Right?
No, and you never let David forget it.
He got me out more than I got hits, believe me.
Swing and a miss. Yastrzemski down on strikes. Want to take a trip back?
Why not? Look a lot better back then. You know that? Oh, crouch down, go the other way.
More crouch than usual.
Yeah. Brought that over from the National League, so I learned a little bit better.
Pop-up slide, very cool.
Oh, Coney, don't hang it.
There's no way. I know your dad thought it was good, but there's no way that you thought it was going to go that well in New York.
You never knew. I mean, like I said, when I got traded to all I knew was 42nd Street and staying at the Grand Hyatt, getting on the bus and going to Shea Stadium it was then. But I didn't know enough about New York. But, boy, it didn't take long to realize the passion and
There's the box score from that game. Tartable cleaning up. O'Neill batting 5th. And playing left field because Danny was in right.
I don't know who was happier when I moved over to right field. Was it me or Danny Tartable? He was very happy DHing. He was fine with that.
Look at this, a professional New York police person guarding the 21 club. That's always a popular spot out there. Some night games, they put the velvet rope there.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you want to get a picture, you got to go through the velvet rope.
We need to go out there someday. Just get the view from there. I've never been out there.
You've never been out there?
No. You?
I think I have been out there, yeah.
I can actually say I've never been in the upper deck here. I've been at the plaza level and down in the legend seats and the good stuff. Debbie Timon always puts us in the suite for the playoff game. So
now the suite is not that, it's just right under the upper deck, so just a little bit higher. Maybe we'll do a game from up there.
I just wanted to know how you grew up. You told me you sat in the upper deck all the time.
Last row, upper deck, behind home plate.
Yeah. Day like this, you coming?
When I was young, yeah. Day like this at this age, that'd be a tough call.
You on the couch, tuned in?
There's the seat.
Wow.
I have the same view now. It's just a little closer. 2-2. Missed outside.
You know the big difference though is you used to have to pay to sit up there. Now you get paid to sit in here.
Pretty sweet deal.
It's kind of cool, right?
Although when I paid, it was $1.50.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, that's about what you get paid now. $1.50?
And that'll do it.
Better work on Michael's raise between the break, all right?
The New York Yankee Foundation, during every home game at Yankee Stadium, one lucky fan wins half the pot. The other half is donated to the New York Yankees Foundation, which does such incredible charitable work around the city. Buy your tickets now at Yankees.com/5050. Here's Bellinger. Had that RBI triple in the first. At that point, Ramos was playing really shallow in left field. He's found religion now. He's backed up a little bit.
Yeah, that ball actually carried. You could tell off the bat he was in Nowheresville trying to catch that ball, and ended up being a big break for the Yankees. Off the wall, Aaron Judge scored. Bellinger scored on a sacrifice fly. That's how they've scored their 2 runs.
Swing and a miss. Got it right by Bellinger. 1 away.
Yeah, off of that sinker. Every once in a while, 4-seam fastball up in the strike zone. Just a totally different look for a hitter. So that 4-seam spin that has no sink to it. Just up in the strike zone.
There's Goldschmidt. And a strike. Goldschmidt lofted a sac fly to Yastrzemski in right field in the first inning. Goldschmidt's on-base percentage this year is .407. And at the top of the order, Ben Rice coming into today was a .413 on-base percentage. So top 10 stuff in the American League. Goldschmidt has 32 career home runs against the Giants. That's the second most against any opponent. He has 35 against the Dodgers. That's from all the years when he was with the Diamondbacks. Foul back.
Yeah, if you've noticed, Michael, I mean, and we've talked about it with all the interleagues and the play. I mean, Goldschmidt has so much experience against these teams. We're throwing up numbers like career numbers, but it's because he's played so long in the National League.
Ground ball to third. Chapman. Well, I believe, Paul, that this is his 168th game against the Giants. So he's played a year of his career against the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, in 15 years of Major League service, you're a veteran, and you're still doing new things, which is, now he's a leadoff hitter half the time. But, you cannot take away what he has done in his career offensively, defensively. Just been one of the solid first basemen in the National League.
Hit sharply. Oh, on the short hop, Wade. I think that ball caught Wade rather than the other way around. Took a base hit away from Chisholm. Yankees go down in order against Hicks. So Chisholm hit it hard, but Wade made the pick. Took it himself. We go to the fourth. Ball on Yes, brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard 2-2, top of the fourth inning. Matt Chapman, the cleanup hitter, leading off against Warren. Swing and a miss.
Well, Matt Chapman, his 9th season, only his 2nd with the Giants, but only 31 years old. Put together a lot of good things. 5-time Gold Glove, 2 times platinum. Last year, first year with the Giants, 27 home runs. So
charging Cabrera. Double clutch and a nice backhand scoop by Goldschmidt to get Chapman.
Yeah, Chapman runs okay, but not great. And you see he kind of double clutch. Couldn't get this ball out of his glove, but still had time. Goldschmidt again. Good pick. He's done that a lot this year.
Flashing a Goldie glove.
Ooh.
Ramos bounced a double into the Yankee bullpen in the 2nd, then scored on Flores's 2-run home run that way later in the inning. So it's 2-2. Yanks have 4 hits, Giants 2. One and two.
Been really good with that breaking ball, to throw it at the front hip of righties and also throw it on the outside corner. You can hit both sides of the plate very hard. And there's the one before inside corner, this one outside corner. What you do to throw that one on the inside corner, you hope that you get that hitter to start bailing and opening up, which opens up that outside corner. And that got in just enough to jam him, keep it in the ballpark.
As Bellinger puts it away.
It was always an awkward thing. You sort of was, you just made an out. You're not real happy, and you have to run right by the pitcher, as he's ready to get the ball back. And it's just, you feel like looking at him like you're lucky. You're lucky.
You ever say anything?
No. Because most of the time, you look at baseball's odds. I mean, you had a great year. 7 times you're passing the pitcher. You didn't get a hit.
Wade swings and misses 0-2. 1-2 on Wade, who lined out to Goldschmidt in the first inning. And the count levels at 2-2. Grounded and grabbed on the backhand by Goldschmidt. Flips to Warren. Beautiful play to end the inning. And Warren has retired 8 in a row after Flores' 2-run home run. The veteran first baseman takes a single away from Wade. Well, Paul, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage. Let's have the coverage cam on Goldschmidt.
Well, you picked a good guy. He's made some great plays defensively. A pick right there, and then a nice play here to end the inning. You don't get Gold Gloves for nothing.
No, nope. Cadillac scoreboard 2-2 as Volpe leads off. Well, I think Rafael Palmeiro did one year. He played 26 games, and Tino should have won, but he DH'd most of that year.
Need to recount the votes on that one.
You know, in the old days, I'm not exposing things, but managers would get the ballots, and they'd hand it to the bat boy and fill this out. I mean, now it's much more with metrics and stuff like that.
You know, if you look back, it was true. You know, the most popular players won Gold Gloves, whether they were good defensively or not. But yeah, the metrics and all the things that go about defensive performance make it very easy now to pick out the best player at each position.
3-1 on Anthony Volpe. He struck out looking in the second. Picked up his first stolen base in yesterday's game.
Yeah, the weather they played in really has not been very conducive to stealing bases. You got a wet track, it's cold, but you know it is going to be a bigger part of the Yankees' success this year with the speed that they have with the up and down the lineup.
Let's see if he uses his speed right now. Here's Wells. Sharp single to right center in the second. 0-1.
Yeah, Hicks pretty quick to the plate, almost slide steps right there, and still able to keep the velocity up in the mid to upper 90s.
.97 miles an hour. You know, there was an interview that Joel Sherman and John Heyman did on their podcast with Tom House. Who's the guy, you know, he caught Hank Aaron's 715th home run in the bullpen in Atlanta. Snap throw to first base, but Volpe gets back. And he said the human arm can throw 118 miles an hour. He said that will happen.
Wow.
He works with pitchers, so.
I think Anthony Volpe got one here. Either hit him in the hand or the back. Yeah, it looked like it hit him in the hand. But he had a little oven mitt on for a little padding. What are we at, 105, 106 at this point?
I think 105, yeah, might be the top. When they get up to 118, you're really going to be happy you're sitting next to me.
Yeah, I'm happy now, believe me. 100's 100. But you know what? Aaron Judge told me something that's very interesting. He said, and it made a lot of sense to me because, you know, when we were looking at 93, 94 every single day, that's what's natural. That's what you're tuned up for. They're taking swing after 100 off the machines. So that's what you're used to. And, you know, your body, it adjusts to what you see. I don't know if you can turn that thing up to 118 yet, though.
It's amazing. I mean, I think hitting a baseball is the most difficult thing in sports because there's no way that thinking is involved. It has to be a reaction.
Just a total reaction. I mean, you can think about certain locations or certain pitches, but you can't think during the process. You're absolutely right.
Broken bat, pop-up. Adames makes the play.
Hey, there's a torpedo at second base, Michael. There it is.
Yep.
Well, he went with the four-seamer to try to get in on his hands, and boy, he certainly did. Right off the handle, and just an absolute shattered bat.
Remember when the Yankees hit all those home runs against Milwaukee and there was such angst around baseball, these torpedo bats? You know what? Good pitching will stop torpedo bats.
There's no doubt about it. And we went over it in the booth that night, and we just saw it was pretty evident right there how, you know, the handle just shattered. And Chuck Schupp, who I went over it, he used to make my bats with Louisville Slugger. He's been making bats for 50-some years and probably the best at it. Actually, I think still makes Aaron Judge, Ohtani's bats, and he said that's one thing that he's not certain yet. If these torpedo bats are going to, you know, if the handle's going to be able to take the pressure with the extra barrel, or at the end of the bat, are you still going to be able to get as many hits with balls off the end of the bat? So, you know, obviously you don't go up there with an intention of hitting on the handle or the end of the bat, but it happens.
Dominguez grounds to first, throw to second, the force. They get Volpe, and Dominguez takes his place at first base. That'll bring up Oswaldo Cabrera.
Cabrera had a really good at bat last time. After being a little late on a couple fastballs, he tuned it up and lined one into right center. It'd be a bad time if the footing is good enough for Dominguez to try to take a shot, steal a base.
Fly ball left field. Ramos over toward the line, puts it away for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left. Let's go to the fifth. Yankees base Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Two pretty good first basemen right there.
Wow. Remember that bullet that Willie McCovey hit to Bobby Richardson, huh? In the World Series.
Ended the World Series. Take a look at the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. All of the guys with 6 home runs, 2 of them in this game, Judge and Flores, and Edman, Schwarber, Soderstrom, and Trout. Good to see Trout healthy and playing. And
you know, I was thinking yesterday when he was one of the players for Anaheim, that or LA, whatever you want to call him, that hit 2 home runs in the game. Do you ever see, if he proves to be healthy and they fall out of that he would be traded?
I don't think Artie Moreno, the owner of the Angels, would do it. I don't think. Also, he's owed an awful lot of money.
Right.
And he has never asked to be traded, even though the Angels have struggled.
Right.
And he never said, I want to get out of here. A lot of players do. And he is from the East Coast. Now, we saw some of the pictures of the Giants through the years, and for our younger viewers, Giants now in San Francisco, but they were in New York from 1883 to 1957. And they played right across the Harlem River And the Yankees actually shared that stadium with them from 1913 through 1922 before they built Yankee Stadium in 1923. High pop-up, shallow center. Boy, the wind took that, and Bellinger stayed with it to make the play. Wow.
It's like the ball to center field that, the bleachers are kind of broken. The upper deck does not really affect it. But boy, here you can see, a good outfielder end up in almost a full sprint to catch up to an easy fly ball.
Here's Sam Huff. Now the Giants, definitely one of the marquee franchises. So you look at the teams with the most World Series titles. The Yankees have 27, far and away the best. The Cardinals are next with 11. The A's and the Red Sox each have 9, and the Giants and the Dodgers each have 8. I don't know if anybody's catching 27 in our lifetime.
No.
Now the Giants and the Yankees have met 7 times in the World Series. Giants won in 21 and 22. Yankees won in 23, 36, 37, 51, and the one that Paul talked about with McCovey's line drive to Richardson, 1962. Yankees won in 7 games.
I'm happy to say I wasn't alive for the 62, but you were, Michael.
Yep. I was a little big-headed 1-year-old.
You matured early, huh? Wow.
I always wonder, I mean, it's very rare now that teams move. I mean, we do see it. Like Oakland is going to move to Vegas. But if you were fans of the Dodgers and the Giants, who were beloved in New York, generations of fans loved them, and then all of a sudden they're playing in the World Series for Los Angeles and San Francisco, and there was no ESPN and there was no internet, and you got news late. It must have been awful for these people.
So if you were a Brooklyn Dodger fan and then they left, did you just like, you're so mad you don't even watch them anymore, or do you stay with them?
But I don't know how you would stay with them back then, Paul.
Yeah, you don't hear about them, yeah.
I mean, they weren't in the newspaper because it was out on the West Coast until like a couple of days later.
Oh, Will Warren has really been throwing the ball well. He's used his fastball and his breaking ball, both sides of the plate. Other than the home run, I mean, he has given Aaron Boone everything that you could possibly want in the start. You got to remember who you're pitching against, too. You're pitching against the Giants, who are a hot team right now. You got some guys swinging the bat extremely well. So you really got to credit Warren for throwing the ball well on an ugly day here in the Bronx.
He definitely has some hop to his fastball. He's getting it by the Giants.
Yeah, he kind of turns a little bit, and I think that's just a little enough deception to make that 93-94 play up a little bit.
Two and one. Just missed the outside corner. You saw Fernando Cruz warming up for the Yankees. Yastrzemski is on deck. And he walked him. That's just the second walk. And snaps a streak of 10 straight retired.
I think Matt Blake is really going to, get out here and just make sure that, he ends on a positive note, get through this 5th inning without giving up anything else. And I think you can feel pretty good about your performance.
That's what Warren's done today. Just 2 hits. The walk to Fitzgerald, just his second walk issued. Yankees believe in Warren's stuff. They think that he can be a successful big league starter. And they say that there's no doubt in his mind. He's very confident, a lot like Clark Schmidt in that way. They don't go on the mound with doubt in their heart. They think they belong. They think their stuff is good enough. So here's Mike Yastrzemski. He struck out twice against Warren.
Yeah, Warren's pitched him well. And again, here's one of the guys coming into the game, hitting .343, but on a hot streak. And by walking Fitzgerald, you're allowing him to face Warren for the 3rd time, which is always a question mark now with Major League Analytics.
One and one. That's a nice changeup. 1 and 2.
Yeah, plays well off of that breaking ball. The breaking ball is going down and into a lefty. Changeup going down and away. That side spin and really grabs and just takes off.
The 1-2. Yaz lays off the fastball.
The last 3 pitches have been outer half of the plate. Start to feel that, you want to show him something inside.
Strike 3. Yastrzemski down looking. Strikes out for the 3rd time.
I showed it to him, Mike. We punched him out with it, huh?
Will Warren has 6 strikeouts and 25 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Wow, there's a couple breaking balls right there, and then he got a couple on the fastball too. Will Warren, if you break him down, great stuff, great location. He really threw the ball well today. Good 5 innings pitched.
The handshake means he's done, so they'll go to the bullpen. 91 pitches in 5 innings, and certainly kept the Yankees in it. Just that one mistake, the 2-run home run. Now Jordan Hicks comes out to pitch the bottom of the 5th. Audi scoreboard 2-2. This is the 3rd time he's going to go through the order starting with Ben Rice, and that's been a problem. First 2 times through the order, opponents hit .244 against him. 3rd time through the order, it jumps to .324. Let's see if the Yankees follow suit. Fouled straight back.
I could see Hicks really using that splitter more. He hasn't thrown it that much, but boy, there's a ton of movement, and it all goes off his hard sinker. You wonder why he gets hit 3rd time through the lineup, and it's not velocity. You see 96 there, up and in, but just the same motion, the same movement of that sinker, 2 and 3 at bats. I think that if you start mixing that split finger in a little bit more, you're going to get a lot more swing and misses.
Fouled it off to stay alive. Hicks deals. Lined into center field. It's going to be set in front of Lee. Leadoff single for Rice.
Well, if you're a hitter, you foul off the tough pitches and wait till you get something out over the middle of the plate, which he did, up in the strike zone a little bit. Just a great swing, line to center field. Lee decided to stay back on this. I mean, this ball skips by him. It could be trouble. So give him the single. See what Aaron Judge can do here.
Judge 1 for 2, grounded out with the bases loaded last time up for the final out of the inning. Rice's single, the Yankees' 5th hit of the game.
He's really pounded Aaron Judge with that sinker all day. Gets one up in the strike zone.
Grounded foul, grabbed there by Chapman. Dialed it up to 98.
Yeah, that was the pitch up in the strike zone. The only problem was it was 98. It's a two-seamer. You get that two-seamer up in the strike zone, you lose a lot of the sink, but he's able to get it by Aaron Judge. As you start to break down this game, you know that the bullpen on the other side is really good, and the Yankees also. So you're 2-2 in the 5th. You're getting the later part of the later innings, and you've got Webb on the mound tomorrow for the Giants. So
line to left field, it's a base hit. So Rice will stop at second.
Another quality at bat for Aaron Judge. I mean, you just love to watch him hit. Another two-seamer, but again, you see that ball starting to kind of just tail instead of sink. Just put Aaron Judge in a position where he can get a good swing. He's going to hit it hard.
There's Bellinger. 0-1.
99.
He saved a little something.
Yeah, the four-seamer, he'll throw up in the strike zone intentionally, and he's had Bellinger a few times on that pitch where he's really sinking the ball on Aaron Judge and a lot of the other hitters. Usually when he gets ahead in the count, he'll take a shot with that four-seamer up.
And a strike, 0-2. Bellinger the triple and an RBI in the first, triple to left field, and then he struck out in the third. First and second for the Yankees, nobody out, bottom of the 5th. Line drive, it's a base hit to right center field. Rice rounds third, he's going to score. Judge is going for third, he'll get there. It's an RBI single for Bellinger, and the Yankees lead 3-2.
Well, you saw 3 quality at-bats from the Yankees here. And again, Bellinger learned a lesson. He got the four-seamer by him at first pitch. Not here. Ready for it. Just lines it into right center. Big hit for the Yankees, getting the lead. He posts up on that front leg and just stays level. Much more level than he was years ago, where he can kind of handle that high fastball now.
2 ribbies for Bellinger on the game. Yankees lead 3-2. Here's Goldschmidt, the cleanup hitter. Now it's driven to right field and deep. Giving chase Rostrzymski. He's not going to get it. And it bounces into the seats for a double. Judge will score. Bellinger stops at third. Goldschmidt with an RBI double, and it's 4-2 Yanks.
Oh, it's really amazing, Michael. I mean, he has been just throwing darts all day. We talked about how much trouble he has had going through the lineup the third time. And again, a sinker that just up in the strike zone a little bit. Goldschmidt's done what he's done all year, shoot the ball the other way. 4 consecutive great at-bats by the Yankees.
The Giants bring the infield in. Chisholm at the plate. 1-0. Randy Rodriguez warming for the Giants. Nobody out, infield in. 1-1.
Yeah, it's an important at bat, not only for the Yankees, but for Chisholm Jr. to get some confidence, get something positive here, even if it's a sac fly, base hit, anything. Good play back there from Huff to keep that from going to the screen.
(3-1) on Chisholm. And the count is full. And he walks to load the bases. First 5 batters, third time through the order, they all get on base against Hicks. So bases loaded, nobody out. Volpe due up. Meeting in the mound, not sure if they're getting Rodriguez a couple of extra pitches out in the bullpen. And that's exactly what it looks like now. The veteran manager, Bob Melvin, will take the ball from Jordan Hicks. So the Yankees lead 4-2, threatening with the bases loaded and nobody out. Hicks is done. Rodriguez coming in. It's time for the Audi Electric, your local tri-state Audi dealer today.
Wow, they've been hard hit, all 4 of them. Ben Rice, Judge, Bellinger, and Goldschmidt just ripped. All of a sudden, Jordan Hicks became hittable.
1 through 4 hitters reach base in 7 of the 12 plate appearances today with 4 ribbies. 2 by Bellinger and 2 by Goldschmidt. So bases loaded with the Yankees. Randy Rodriguez comes on. 6 games this year, not allowed an earned run. 6 1/3 innings, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. We told you, the Giants have a good bullpen. Volpe 0 for 1 with a walk. Swings through the slider.
We were talking about that bullpen. Came into the series with a 1.79 ERA, which was 3rd best in the major leagues. And the Mets and the Padres.
1-1. Infield is in. And a strike, 1-2. Giants carry 7 righties and 1 lefty in their pen. The 1-2 inside. Good fastball, 97. Lays off the slider, and the count full at 3-2. Wells on deck. No place to put Volpe. Grounded foul. We've got Bellinger at third, Goldschmidt at second, and Chisholm over at first. High fly ball, right center field. Lee back on the track. He'll make the catch, tagging Bellinger. He'll score. Goldschmidt will go to third, and Chisholm goes to second. A sac fly for Volpe, and it's 5-2 Yanks.
Boy, off the bat, it could have been more. But again, another quality at bat from the Yankees. Just keep on crossing the plate.
Thirteenth ribby for Volpe. Second and third now, one out, and the infield remains in for the Giants. Wells 1 for 2 against Hicks. Fastball right by him, 0-1. Skied the other way and out of play.
You really got a battle here. Now you're 0-2. A lot of things Rodriguez could do. He showed that high, hard fastball. Tried to get a swing and a miss, or a breaking ball down and in.
1-2. Still 1-2. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Yankees have broken a 2-2 tie with 3 runs. They're up 5-2, second and third with 1 man out. Giants have the infield in. And he drops a slider in there for a strike 3. 2 down.
Yeah, if you break that at bat down, he really only had 1 pitch, and he fouled it off to left field. But this little spinner, but it was all about the speed, because he had shown him that high fastball in the upper 90s before that.
One and 0. Line drive, left field, it is a base hit for Dominguez. That'll score 2. A big hit for Jason Dominguez, and the Yankees lead 7-2.
Yeah, huge hit. I mean, 2 outs, runners in scoring position. You want to try to really put the hammer down here against the Giants, and this kind of sealed it right here. A hanging breaking ball in the outside corner, and he does what a good left-handed hitter will do, and that's go the other way with it. Great speed. Chisholm at second base. He's going to score easily. And a huge hit for the Yankees.
And here's Cabrera, the 9th batter to come to the plate. Pitch way upstairs.
Yeah, kind of bailed out with that hit, but kept his hands back to the point where he was able to still cover that ball on the outside corner.
Foul back to the screen, 1-1. Runner goes. No throw. It's a stolen base for Dominguez.
Yeah, with the lead, go ahead, put some pressure on the defense. His 2nd stolen base of the year. And again, you've got Volpe, you've got Dominguez, you've got Chisholm. I mean, these guys can run and can put a lot of pressure on the opposing defense.
2-2 on Cabrera, who's 1 for 2 today. So that snapped an 0 for 15 for Jason. First hit since Saturday at Pittsburgh. He did not play yesterday. Fernando Cruz is ready. He'll pitch the 6th. Swing and a miss. Cabrera down on strikes. But the Yankees get 5 runs. They leave 1. We go to the 6th inning. Yankees up by 5.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Blue Jays and Orioles. Anthony Santander in his former park against his former team. Absolutely smokes one out to right. His first homer of the season coming against the Orioles. He gave a little video tribute prior to his return. Blue Jays lead that one right now 3-0. Bottom of the 3rd, guys.
Let's go around the majors, Bob. Padres off to a great start. They lead the major leagues with an 11-3 record. Cal Raleigh of the Mariners, 96 career home run last night, franchise record for a catcher. Pete Alonso's off to a great start for the Mets in 13 games, 378, 4 homers, and 18 runs batted in. 5 games for Cruz this year, 10 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings, just 1 walk. 1-0. Adames, Lee, and Chapman against Cruz. And a strike. That Raleigh home run that set the record for catchers for Seattle. That was a game winner after he switched to a torpedo bat in game.
The Grand Torpedo.
Lined into left center field. It's a base hit. Bellinger circles and gets the ball in. A leadoff single for Adames. Check out the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. So Hamilton and Gomez and Hill and Yarbrough. I would say for sure Yarbrough and Gomez not available. Other ones, well, there'll be a decision of Aaron Boone and company. And Meredith, you have some news on maybe a bullpen guy getting close.
Michael, it was a sight for sore eyes earlier today. Jonathan Loaizaga was on the mound throwing in his first live session. He's going to need several more of those, as well as some rehab appearances before the Yankees feel comfortable bringing him back, but certainly a big first step for him. Aaron Boone said everything went well. It was actually DJ LeMahieu standing in the batter's box, and in speaking to DJ, he told me he's heading to Tampa tomorrow. He'll have about 4 days of live AB. And if all goes well with that, he'll likely start a rehab assignment. So there's a good look at Jonathan Loaizaga. Guys, we know when he's right what he can mean to that Yankees bullpen.
I mean, what an addition. Really lengthens the bullpen.
I mean, you're talking about one of the better arms in all the American League a few years ago when he was healthy.
And Paul, you see Luis Gil to his left. He's expected to start his throwing program this upcoming week. And Jake Cousins is throwing from the mound as well. Cousins and Loaizaga not expected back until the end of May.
She's full of good news today, isn't she, Mike?
She worked. Really?
Ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, Paulie.
Sounds like the lyrics to a song.
I got sunshine.
There we go. Sounded better on the radio than it did on the mic. You know that?
Luke Trevino warming for the Giants. Ground ball. Chisholm. And the bad throw pulls Volpe off the bag. Adames is safe. Everybody's safe.
Yeah, to be a quick throw. And again, when the ball gets wet, sometimes it can kind of squirt out of your hand. Jazz decides to try to get the lead runner. Pulls Volpe off the bag.
I think that's a fielder's choice, E4. Yep. There's Matt Chapman against Cruz. Now, Cruz not exactly at the decibel level of Robbie Ray, but he's grunting on each pitch, too.
That when he gets that split-fingered working, boy, he can be just dominating. You got to get head in the count. Get hitters a little more aggressive. Last thing you want to do after just throwing up a 5 spot is give them extra outs, allow them to score some runs, get back into this game.
And a strike. That one gets away, but not too far. Runner stay put. So 3-1 on Chapman. Yankees lead by 5, 7-2. Cruz on in relief of Will Warren. And he walked him. Bases loaded. The bullpen does its job. Warren would get his first big league win. But first up out of the bullpen, Fernando Cruz has loaded the bases, and Matt Blake will go talk. This chiropractic telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Getting Luke Weaver up early. So Elliot Ramos, he is 1 for 2. He comes up with the bases loaded, nobody out. Conference on the mound is over. Adames at third, Lee at second, and Chapman's over at first.
Yeah, Adames hit one off the end of the bat. Then you'd get an error, and now ball 4, and now you're in a mess.
They play the infield back, looking for the double play. They'll give up that run at third. One and 0. Fastball upstairs. Swung on and missed. 1-1.
That great split finger, you know, if you're Wells, you got to try to block everything in the dirt just to keep it in front of you. Every once in a while, that split finger can be overthrown. Head down into the dirt.
That one is exactly what he wanted, a pop-up. Everybody stays put, 1 away. Now you can dream about getting out of it without allowing a run.
Yeah, he didn't even get to that split finger count for a fastball or for a strikeout. He used that fastball, jammed him, kept it in the infield. A huge out for Cruz.
There's Lamont Wade Jr. Slider low, 1-0.
Well, you can tell San Francisco has seen Cruz before. They're laying off that split-fingered fastball that is out of the strike zone, making him go to his fastball.
Couldn't hold up. There's a fastball, 1-1. Yankees trying to make that 5 spot in the 5th inning stand up. The Giants trying to get some back.
Wow.
That's a good block there by Wells on the splitter.
Yeah, that was about a 50-footer. That hit way out in front of home plate. And again, I mean, he had so much time that he actually gloved it, but had moved his body over there just in case. Well, he's been able to get that fastball over when he needed to, and he is challenging the Giant hitters in fastball counts. You get a good split finger right here. You get a swing and a miss.
Grounded foul. Wade 0 for 2 today, lined out to Goldschmidt and then grounded to Goldschmidt. Nice backhanded play by the Yankee first baseman.
That's a dangerous pitch. That was a split. He got it in the strike zone, though. It had a lot to do with the count, not wanting to go to 3-2.
Fastball again, it misses up and away, and the count is full. No place to put Wade down.
Well, he's trusted that fastball in these counts where he needs a strike.
Swing and a miss with the slider. I think they're onto a splitter, and he knows it.
Boy, I tell you what, to be able to go to your third pitch and have confidence, 3-2 bases loaded, that takes a lot of guts, but it worked out with a huge strikeout.
And here is the dangerous Flores. 2-run home run in the second, a fly ball to center in the fifth. Bases loaded, now 2 outs. And a strike with the slider.
Felt so good about that 3-2 strikeout. He went right back to it. Flores has been catching up with the fastball. Don't want to get in a count where you have to give in and give him a fastball.
One and one.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the place to go to the fastball. Flores would look at it now. You almost have to go to the slider or the fastball. The split finger has not been effective so far for Cruz.
The 2-1. Driven into right center field. On the run is Judge, and Bellinger's going to fall between them. 2 runs will score. Moving to third is Chapman. Flores with a big 2-run single, and the Yankee lead is now 3, 7-4.
Well, you're hotter hitters, and you get to a spot where, you know, you have to challenge him. And he went to the fastball, 2-seamer, got it up in the strike zone a little bit, but Flores is just in a groove where he gets in a hitter's count. He's going to do some damage.
He has 19 ribbies now on the season with his 4 today. He's driven in all the Giant runs, so that's going to do it for Cruz, and they are going to go to Luke Weaver here in the 6th inning to stop it at 7-4. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, May 2nd when the Yankees take on the Rays. It's Jazz Chisholm basketball jersey night, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Jazz Chisholm basketball jersey courtesy of StubHub. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. So Fernando Cruz had kind of his best pitch taken away from him. They were identifying the splitter, so he was going with the fastball, but one too many times. Now they turn to Luke Weaver. This will be Luke's 5th game of the year. Giants have runners on first and third. Weaver against Huff. 2 men out. Foul back here, 0-1. Huff has struck out twice, both of them against Warren. Pitch high. The one thing the Yankees are still looking for with Weaver is the better fastball. He's lower than he was at the end of last year, but Aaron Boone said he's about where he was at the beginning of last year, so he builds up. But he's been effective even without the top fastball he had. So sitting at about 92 in the count 1-2. The righty deals, foul back to the screen.
He's going with all fastballs. He's got that good changeup, which you might see right here. He's shown Weaver, or he's shown Huff 3 consecutive fastballs.
I thought he had the outside corner, didn't get it. 2-2.
Looks like I got the corner. I don't know. It's a tough pitch not to hit.
2-2. 3-2 on the chain, so Flores will be going from first. 3-2, 2 outs. Chapman will read the way the play goes. On deck is Fitzgerald.
Yeah, this is a big pitch right here. You got Huff, who's a backup catcher, a 154 hitter. And you got one of your better players, Carpenter, on deck. Or Fitzgerald, I'm sorry. He's had a pretty good day at the plate.
Swing and a miss. He gets Huff on strikes. Giants get 2, they leave 2. Now it's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevision, made for your brain. 245 hitter, 1,168 hits, stole a lot of bases. So he was with the Yankees from 74 through 76. Mets in 67.
Wow. That's a 10.
That's a 10. Wow.
We got windshield wipers on the cameras. How you like that?
Well, it's been that sort of a weekend so far. Yesterday's game shortened to 6 innings because of a downpour and cold. Today, we're in the bottom of the 6th. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Yankees lead 7-4, and they'll see an old friend who they had not seen a lot of. That's Lou Trevino. This is his first big league action since 2022. He was outstanding for the Yankees down the stretch. Came over from Oakland at the deadline trade with Frankie Montas. Ended up being the key piece. He had a 1.66 ERA in 25 games. But he missed the entire 2023 season because of Tommy John surgery and was out until last August. He pitched in the Yankees minor league system to finish the season and signed a minor league deal with the Giants. Said he had a great time with the Yankees. There's a big difference between the Yankees and the A's. Of course, it didn't turn out the way I wanted with injuries and setbacks and whatnot. But he is reunited with Bob Melvin, who managed him with the A's. Ben Rice will lead off the 6th. That one's drilled deep to right field. Is it high enough? See ya! It's high enough. A solo shot. And the Yankees lead 8-4.
We were talking about his improved exit velocity. Well, this one was crushed too. A line drive into the seats. Ben Rice with his 4th home run of the year.
Here's Judge. And a strike.
So much for a courtesy pitch, huh? The first one out of his hand in the seats.
1-1. One. Four home runs for Rice. 3-1. Judge has 2 hits today and 2 runs scored. Came into the game with a .458 on base percentage, so that's gone up. And the 3-1 goes up even more as he walks.
Well, Ben Rice just came out of the on-deck circle ready. Inner half. See you later. By him being open a little bit more, it just gives him the ability to really easily get to that inside pitch. That ball was rocketed out of here.
Here's Bellinger. He is 2 for 3 with a couple of ribbies and 2 runs scored.
How quick the barrel just gets out in front. Home runs always bring smiles, Michael.
Well, the guy hit it, not for Trevino. Pure elation. One. High pop-up, left side. Adames makes the play. 1 down. There's Goldschmidt, 1 for 2. A couple of ribbies, double, and a run scored. The double by Goldschmidt was his 450th career double. See Ben Rice climbing up the slugging leaders category behind Judge and Alonso. Center field. Lee makes the play. So 2 down. Here's Jazz Chisholm. He's 0 for 2. Walked and scored a run. Looking to break his 0 for 20 slide. A strike through a changeup. And 2 on Chisholm. One and 2 on the Yankees second baseman. Yankees lead 8-4, trying to even the series at a game apiece after losing yesterday 9-1. And the 33-year-old right-hander fires to first. chasing back Judge. Two and two. Yankees scored 2 in the first. Giants came back with 2 in the second. Then the Yankees with 5 in the fifth. And the Giants with 2 in the sixth. Yankees now 1 here in the bottom of the inning. Swing and a miss. Got him on the change. But the Yankees get a run back. Ben Rice jumped on Trevino. And he lines it into the short porch and right. His 4th home run of the year, an 8-4 Yankee lead. Well, today's injury report brought to you by Monitor Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. If you missed it early, Marcus Stroman reported left knee pain last night. Took an MRI, and they found left knee inflammation, placed on the 15-day IL today. And Alan Winans was selected to the active roster here with the Yankees. We go to the 7th inning. Ford scoreboard. Yankees lead 8-4. Tyler Fitzgerald, the second baseman, number 9 hitter, will lead off the 7th against Luke Weaver, who came in to strike out Sam Huff to end the 6th. Ball gets loose out in left field. When he exhales like that, Paul, and you see, you know, it's great in slow motion.
You've noticed that?
Oh, yeah. The 0-1. Fly ball right side. Coming on Judge. Toward the line. Makes the play in fair territory for the first out. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel. New customers get $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. By Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at Untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. Here's Yastrzemski. He is 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts.
Kind of backwards today, bringing Weaver in.
Mm-hmm.
You assume a lighter would be the 8th. Williams possibly the 9th.
Yeah, they can go that route. I don't think they'd use Hamilton again.
No.
But they could. You know, it would just be 2 days in a row. I think he threw 22 pitches yesterday. Foul back here. Two. One down, 2-2 count on the leadoff hitter, Yastrzemski. When you had 3 strikeouts, was that 4th one in your mind? There's no way I'm striking out.
Yeah, you feel the odds are they're going to hit my bat sooner or later, at least put it in play.
High fly ball, right field. Toward the line is Judge, and he runs out of room. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnels to Towers Foundation at T2T.org.
Yastrzemski was kind of an interesting thing. This is his 7th season. but he's 34 years old. He didn't debut till he was 28 years old. Obviously, when you hear that name, it immediately brings back memories of the Boston great.
Nice moment when the Giants were at Fenway Park. They had his grandfather, Carl, throw out the first pitch to Mike.
Well, Carl Yastrzemski, 8th all-time in hits, 3,419.
And Yastrzemski walks. That'll bring up Willie Adames. He's 1 for 3. Signaled in the 6th inning. Came around to score. Fouls off the cutter, 0-1. Jazz Chisholm shades up the middle for the righty swinging Giant shortstop. A lot of the right side is open with Goldschmidt holding on Yastrzemski.
Oh.
Adames didn't like that call.
That's a tough one to hit, Michael. Down and away. Down out of the strike zone, away. Not much you can do with it. It's a hitter, no doubt about it.
The 0-2. 1-2. Mark Leiter Jr. getting ready. Sounds like he's throwing hard.
Always hated the echoes of the bullpen. You're thinking, I'm in right field. I'm thinking, who am I going to face next inning? And you just hear this gunshot going off in the bullpen. Well, whoever it is throwing hard.
I heard the best acoustics were in Kansas City.
Yeah. A lot of concrete walls out there behind the side of those fountains.
Mariano used to tell me one of the worst places to warm up, Seattle.
Oh, yeah?
Because the fans are right there, he said, and they were, they had really had a lot of coffee. They were overly caffeinated.
Cleveland weren't the friendliest, I'll tell you that. Remember Boomer almost got in a fight in a playoff game.
High fly ball right field. 2 outs. And I'm sure Fenway can be a little bit tough.
Fenway was funny because people hated you at the stadium and they'd throw stuff at you and call you and then you'd go out to dinner that night and it was like they left it at the stadium. It was like, isn't this a great weekend? I'm like, aren't you the guy that just hit me with a bottle over there?
Diving back, Yastrzemski. Inside.
Look at why Weaver could be so successful, and it's because he has such great control with all of his pitches as far as the cutter in, the changeup down and away, and the fastball he can throw anywhere. So, he has great stuff and the ability to use those pitches in certain spots of the plate.
Line to right field. It's a base hit. Cutting over his Judge. Cuts the ball off on the track. Yastrzemski will stop at third. It's a double for Lee. And the Giants have second and third with 2 outs.
Well, there's 2 of their hotter hitters. Yastrzemski gets a walk, and then Lee, a sinker, down and away and hits it off the end of the bat that drives in into right field. He's off to some kind of start. Coming into the game at 340. Still swinging it well.
The Yankees have a 4-run lead. They want to keep it right there. And then here's Chapman, second and third with 2 outs. This is the 6th batter that Weaver's faced since coming in to end the 6th. 1-0. Just clipped the outside corner with the cutter. 1-1. Yastrzemski at third. Lee is at second. And a changeup for a strike, 1-2.
Wow, seldom do you see a backdoor changeup, and this was thrown off the plate, and he brought it back to the outside corner against a right-handed hitter.
And the pitch. Tried back-to-back changes. That one doesn't connect. 2-2. Doval, the former closer, is getting ready. On Chapman. Big pitch. Ramos on deck. And the payoff. Swing and a miss. Got it. Well, with the fastball upstairs, and Weaver works into and out of trouble. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead this one 8-4. We're going to stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Corporal Martin Schneider from the Bronx, who served in the Korean War. The Yankees say, thank you, Martin, for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, right before. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
It's time for your Ford Studio studio update, Bob and Jack with you. And one thing we'll be breaking down on the post game, that all-important 5-run fifth inning.
Yeah, at-bat after at-bat, the Yankees had quality at-bats, productive at-bats, Bob. 7 of the first 8 hitters in that inning doing damage so that the Yankees scored 5 runs. And now they are 6 outs away of getting Will Warren his first Major League win. He made his debut 256 days ago, Bob. It's been a wait.
All right, we'll see what happens. And, guys, we will see you on the post game.
Thank you, guys. Yankees lead 8-4. Jordan Hicks went 4 innings. Flores 2 for 3, a home run, is 6 of the year, 4 ribbies. Will Warren pitched well. Yankee 1 through 4 hitters. Top of the order has done the job.
You were yelling at that. I mean, Bob, I think he turned his mic up.
It was loud. And it's getting through my ski cap, too. It's not just... Trevino's still out there. And he'll face Volpe here in the bottom of the 7th. You know, to me, obviously, the top of the lineup has done its job offensively. I really like the way Warren pitched.
Oh, I thought he was tremendous. I mean, he used all his pitches. And you see when he has control of his fastball and he can use both sides of the plate with that breaking ball, he was really, really good.
And as Jack just said, it'll be his first big league win if the bullpen could hold on. You know, if you look at the Yankee game so far, this is game 14 on the season. They have not been blessed with particularly good weather.
No, it's been a tough start of the season. No way around it. I mean, you've had a lot of cold days, rainy days. And, you know, obviously everybody has to play through days like this. And, you know, these games count.
I mean, the games in Detroit, they were bare. It was cold. I mean, it was so cold that they moved the start from 6:40 to, you know, to day games, all 3.
Yeah. The cold weather takes a toll on your body, too. I mean, it really does. You wake up, you're sore. It's just, you know, you come from spring training, seeing the, you know, the sunny days, and then all of a sudden you're playing through this. But, you know, it is the beginning of the season. You're excited to get going.
Time for the optimum don't take slow for an answer replay. And this is Austin Wells. He would not take slow for an answer.
He was out motoring.
The 1-0. You know, in Detroit, Judge had on one of those warmers, and he had it past his nose, the first at bat.
Yeah.
And then I saw he would progressively lower it each at bat. It was not covering the nose anymore. And I said, what happened? He said, you know, I wanted to try something. And he said, and then all of a sudden, I was getting all foggy in the eyes because my nose was covered. So I dropped it down to that. And then by the 3rd day, he didn't have any covering at all.
Well, he didn't have sleeves on last night. And it was, I mean, it wasn't borderline. It was freezing.
No, it was cold. Two and two. Tell you, after getting home, it took a while to get warm.
You're telling me. You know, you get warm in the car, and then you get out of the car, and you're freezing again immediately.
You become a real Floridian.
Get a little soft as I get older. I don't know.
Hey, guys, I think Travis Chapman, first base coach, has it right. He actually wears a heated vest underneath his long sleeve shirt, under his jersey.
Smart.
To try to keep himself warm throughout the course of the game. Adds a little extra bulk, but he's willing to deal with it.
Can we get one of those for tomorrow?
I have a feeling I can get one here on time. Let me see what I can do, Michael.
Amazon, A through Z. Here for the end of the game.
Popped up, shallow right center. The shortstop will make the play. Route number 2 here in the 7th. You remember the coldest game you ever played in?
Yes, I do. We were in Chicago. We were in back then Comiskey Park, and Kevin Tappaney was throwing. I still remember that, and I hit a ball off the end of the bat. He had a great changeup. It literally was in the high 20s, but that's Chicago.
And that was the old Comiskey?
No. I didn't play in the old Comiskey. I lost my mind there. It's too
well, I mean, I think the new place was called Comiskey first, and then they sold the rights. Tap slowly. Going to be a tough play. Charging Adames. Field fires. Just got him. Nice play by the Giants shortstop. And Dominguez thinks he's safe. He's asking the Yankees a challenge. Let's see if they do.
The Purple Glove makes the play. Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, they are going to challenge. He's smelling his second hit of the game.
New York is challenging the outcall at first base.
Lance, I'm going to give you a little help here. He's safe. Let's go.
This challenge replay is brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. Yep. That one I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do when we
After
said.
review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. New York will retain their challenge.
When we were saying stuff at the house the kids shouldn't hear, we go earmuffs.
Yeah.
So base hit as they overturn it. Dominguez knew, and he gets himself an infield single. Here is Oswaldo Cabrera, 1 for 3. And a strike from Trevino. One and one. One of those games, Paul, you look up in the outfield just to check if the pitch clock's working.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I always thought that the scoreboard was stuck. I don't know. Thought we were just leisurely pace on a balmy day like that.
Yeah, very much so. 3-1 on Oswaldo. So coming up on about 3 hours, we're in the 7th inning. Tell you what, Paul, that's a good-looking beard. No empty patches.
Yeah.
It's really trimmed nicely. We didn't see that because when it was in the Yankees, that wasn't allowed.
Is that a gift in life when you can grow a full beard?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. I never tried. I don't even think I can grow one now.
Do you shave every day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Habit. My wife says I'm Rain Man. I got to do the same things every day.
We're going to go to the
You've been doing it for a long time.
It's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevision, made for your brain. Here are the clues. And the answer is Sandy Alomar Sr. Now, Paul, I know you go to a lot of cocktail parties.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I just, Neville told me. So if you've got a group of people that you want to titillate with a great trivia question, who was on deck for the Yankees when Chris Chambliss hit the home run to send them to the World Series in 1976?
Oh,
Sandy Alomar Sr.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good question.
And he was number 2 before Derek. Well, there were a lot of number 2s before Derek, but he did wear number 2. Mark Leiter Jr. plunks Ramos. That did not feel good on this day. Wow. Hit him with a fastball in the back.
Just got away from him, obviously. Right off the shoulder blade. Ouch.
Tighten up the defense as Grisham comes in to play center. Bellinger goes over to left. So Dominguez out of the game after his 2 hits. Count 0-1 on Wade. And a strike. 0-2. Ramos leads off first. Swing and a miss on the splitter. Wade down on strikes. And that'll bring up Wilmer Flores. He had a home run in the second. We'll take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 101.8 off the bat, and it went 394 feet, settling nicely into the Yankee bullpen. So 6 home runs and 19 ribbies for Wilmer Flores. There's a strike from Leiter. The 1-1. Popped up shallow left. Volpe. 2 outs. Going to be interesting to see what the Yankees do in the 9th inning. If the Giants don't score here and the Yankees don't score, then it's a 4-run lead. Would they go to Williams, who has struggled? Not a save situation, but they have said he needs to work more to get his release right, to get his arm slot right, to get all the pitches working.
Yeah, the only downside to that is if he doesn't get off to a good start again, you've already used Weaver and Leiter.
Yep.
But I don't think you're scared to bring in the type of closer. He hasn't got off to a good start, but obviously had a few other things going on in his life. He took a little break there and had a baby, right?
Yeah, baby boy. On Huff. He doesn't like the Giant Sam Huff. The New York Football Giant Sam Huff. No. There's a strike. That Sam Huff was a tough-looking dude.
Commercials. Sam Huff and Jim Brown. Hey, he's still running it. Still running it. Sam Huff still running it. I love that.
Way outside off the glove of Wells, so a walk to Huff. And Ramos advances to second.
Well, with that walk, you bring up Fitzgerald, which is going to turn over the lineup. You get the last out here. It's going to turn over the lineup for the 9th. Yastrzemski will lead off, and you don't want to get him up here this inning. Well, like I said, he and Lee have been the hot hitters. Yastrzemski already has a couple home runs on the season.
A fast and reliable connection backed by a 100% U.S.-based workforce. So you get the best customer service experience possible. Spectrum.
I think this trip is to get Hill ready for Yastrzemski. Of all the pitchers that pitched last night, Yarborough is not going to be able to pitch. And I think they'd want to stay away from Gomez as well. So Leiter got the last out in that final game against the Tigers, where Devin struggled. 2 pitches, picked up the save. Trying to get out of the 8th inning here. Missed outside with the curve. Right in on the hands. Foul back, 1-1. Fitzgerald's 0 for 2 with a walk. Ramos hit by a pitch. He's at second. Huff walked. He's at first. 2 men out. Yankees up by 4. And a bunt. You saw him right before that pitch peek down at third base. Thought he could catch Cabrera sleeping.
A pretty smart play. You drag bunt and get on, then you bring the tying run to the plate. So any way that you can do that, obviously, that's what you're thinking to do. Now, Leiter in the driver's seat, the 1-2 count.
Two and 2 on the Giants second baseman. And the count 3-2, so Leiter flirting with being taken out of this game right now if he loses Fitzgerald. Hill can get ready in a hurry, so I think he is ready for Yastrzemski. Runners will go. 3-2, 2 outs. Fouled away. Yankees 8 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, and the Giants 4 runs on 5 hits. Another foul ball. Mike Harkey knows exactly where the camera is, giving us a good angle. 3-2. Fly ball, right field. Judge makes the play, and that'll do it. The Giants strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores. Ford is proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Camilo Doval. Used to be the closer, ran into a lot of problems last year, demoted, and now he's gotten some save opportunities, but he's not the ninth inning guy. There's the Yankees' ninth inning guy, Devin Williams, so he will pitch in the ninth to get the final 3 outs. So Doval against the top of the Yankee order, starting with Ben Rice.
We got some technical difficulty here, Michael. Too cold. Pitch count won't work.
Doval led the National League with 39 saves in 2023, made the All-Star team, but he lost a closer role last season when he had a 4.88 ERA, and he was actually sent to the minors in August. So Ryan Walker took over that role, and he stayed as the closer. But Melvin is still optimistic about Doval. He has a 104-mile-an-hour fastball at its best, and his cutter averages 99.
Pretty good stuff.
I think he's saying, what's the frequency, Kenneth?
Yeah. We AM or FM.
I just don't understand the stoppage in play. There's nobody on base right now, so it's either a cutter or a fastball.
Right. Throw some fingers down there if it doesn't work, right?
Left field, Ramos.
Wow.
Rice hit that well.
Right out of the hand at about 100. He just laced the left field.
Well, fans, don't miss the premiere of a new Yes docuseries, The Stadium, and go behind the scenes to see the inner workings of one of the most iconic sports venues in the world. Watch the first episode Monday night, immediately following Yankees coverage on Yes and, of course, the Gotham Sports app. Here's Judge. There's a strike. 98 cutter. That's pretty good. 27 years old, 5th big league season, all with the Giants. Took a little something off, 97. Rain continues to fall in a mist-like pattern. Two and one. Adames gets Judge. One thing about a busy holiday, Paul. So Camilo is one of 4 siblings. But if you include all the half siblings on his dad's side, there's 23. Thanksgiving must be a blast.
Wow. Yeah, you got to rent a room for that one.
Just a bit high.
A little high. Look, what is it about a wild pitch? It just makes you laugh. I mean, that thing he just heaved it to the screen. Wow.
One and one on Bellinger. He's 2 for 4 today, with 2 ribbies and 2 runs scored. 1 and 2.
They had the big triple early in the game off the wall. Really got the Yankees going. Aaron Judge scored, and then he ended up scoring.
Scooped into right field. Yastrzemski on the run, dives, and makes the play. A tremendous play by Mike Yastrzemski, and took a base hit, an extra base hit, away from Cody Bellinger. Well, the Yankees go down in order against Duvall. Now Devin Williams will try to close this out. Duvall likes what he sees. Well, fans, the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankees, Nets, and more. Free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now and sign in with your existing Yes app username and password. Or visit GothamSports.com to get streaming. 8-4 Yankees lead, 3 more outs, and Will Warren will have his first big league win.
3 more outs, I'm heading for a fireplace. Huh?
Devin Williams, he has struggled in the early going. 1 for 1 in saves, though he did lose a game in extra innings in Pittsburgh. Inside, he has not had the movement on the airbender changeup. That's his money pitch, and he's still trying to find it. He says he's getting closer. So another good test against a pretty good offensive team. Remember, he came in opening day and made that 9th inning a little sweaty, but he did get the save. So he's allowed 5 runs in 3 innings. Last year, 3 runs in 22 and 2/3 innings. Now, if you look at him in his career, the months of March and April, he's trying to find it. And then from then on, you see ERAs in the 1s, and he becomes quite dominant. The Yankees are hoping for that same trend. 3-1.
Michael, you've seen it time and time again. I mean, there's usually a little adjustment period when you come over to the New York Yankees, and you just might be seeing that.
See, after April, he has a career 1.68 ERA. And he walks Yastrzemski. Well, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. One more game against the Giants tomorrow at 1:35. Then the Royals come to town. 3 night games. Wednesday's prime. Monday and Tuesday on Yes. Then the Yankees hit the road for 4 at George M. Steinbrenner Field against the Tampa Bay Rays.
We got a new rosin bag coming out, Michael, right here in the bottom of the top of the 9th.
And you can see with the walk, you could hear the crowd starting to get a little anxious, and obviously he knows how he has struggled, so you don't want to see him feel the same way. And you brought up a good point, Paul. You bring him in, you've already used your high leverage guys. I guess you can go to Tim Hill.
Hamilton or Hill, you know, you don't want to get to that point. Obviously, you'd like to see him find his stuff and get a little confidence moving forward.
Hit sharply inside third and down the left field line. That's going to go into the corner. Yastrzemski rounding third. They'll hold him up. It's a double for Adames, and second and third, nobody out here in the 9th inning against Devin Williams.
Well, Adames has had a couple good at-bats today. A single went first time up, and now he really turns on one. That ball gets up in the strike zone. He has no problem getting it to it. He's been struggling offensively, but not today.
So here is Jung-Hoo Lee. Yankees play the infield bat, looking for an out. Second and third, nobody out. And there's a strike on the change. You know, there is a history of people coming to Yankee Stadium and struggling, and one of them is the Hall of Famer Goose Gossage. After Sparky Lau won the Cy Young Award as a Yankee closer in '77, Yankees signed Goose to a 6-year free agent contract, and he was just getting tattooed in April. Swing and a miss on the change. Anyway, the story goes, in those days, Yankees would have a car bringing in from the bullpen.
Yeah.
And so they were in a close game, and Billy Martin called for Goose Gossage. And the car pulls out, and Mickey Rivers is out playing center field and threw himself on the hood of the car so that they couldn't bring Gossage in. Here's Chapman. And then, as the season progressed, he became Goose. He was on the mound to get Yastrzemski for the final out of the playoff game. Ian Hamilton warming up just in case.
You see when he throws that changeup, we saw the picture of the release. He almost comes under and over the ball. It's not just a complete swipe across like you see most changeups where you get that side spin. He's almost under the ball and comes over it. And that's where you really get that downward movement.
The 2-0. There's that change. When it's thrown well, it's one of the toughest pitches in the game.
See, he's almost over. Now watch, he doesn't come off of it and just slide it. He kind of just brings his fingers on top, and it's almost like a screwball.
2-1. 2-2.
Wow. Good movement.
See if he does it again. Swing and a miss. He did. Back to back to back changes.
Well, the same thing. Just a spinning changeup. It's got the circle grip, but you see most people just go kind of sideways and let it slide off, or he kind of just stays on top of it a little bit more.
Pitch to Ramos is a strike. Fans after the final out get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. The 0-1. Missed with the change, 1-1. Ramos 1 for 3, hit by a pitch. Doubled and scored in the second inning. Yaz at third, Adames at second, 2 men out in the ninth. Yankees up 8-4. And that got a big piece of Wells, 1-2.
I think it hit the shin guard. Yeah, but still, you feel it.
Now you bring that up, and in 1907, the Giants' Roger Bresnahan was the first guy to use shin guards. Soft ground ball, second base. Chisholm gets him. The Yankees win. And Devin Williams nails it down after letting 2 runners on. Strikeout, ground ball a second, and a win for the Yankees, and he has to feel great.
Yeah, I mean, to start the inning off this way and then go 1, 2, 3 without giving up a run, this is a big confidence builder for your closer. Good, solid game for the Yankees. A couple breakout innings, some really good at-bats. A miserable day, but a good game for the Yankees.
And after the double by Adames, Paul, see if you agree, I think he got the feel for the changeup. It started to be that pitch again for him.
He went to it much more. He's like, you know, enough's enough. I'm not going to try to feel my way through this. I'm going to go to what I know. again, there's a lot of good stories for the Yankees today and the big win.
And congratulations to Will Warren, his first big league win, 5 strong innings for him. There he is with a smile on his face. We'll come back. A lot of things to do in the post game after that.